Well, here goes nothing. The last world. The end of the game, huh? Good luck. Thanks, Shrugs. I'm definitely gonna need the luck today. How are you doing? Ah, it's another Kithair. Wait, how do you say that name? Kithairi. Yep, makes about total sense. And also, what's the thing with the Watson saying? Made worse by the Watson. Oh, I see. Kithairi. I have no idea how to say that name. Okay, I like how we get a negative master key. Like, we're gonna need more than 99 of these doors. So that might be a bit tough, but you got this. Alright, thanks, thanks, Carl. Thanks for the good luck. As Shrugs says. Yeah, I don't know. Shrugs probably knows what I'm referring to, but when I was watching Shrugs' stream, I accidentally typed good luck instead of good luck. So I went for lock in the title today, because I just typoed by accident. Too much lockpick, I guess? I'm thinking of the word lock too much. Yeah, look at that. They gave me a negative master key, as if I'm going to need even more doors. Like, you think that's enough. I hope 99 doors is enough, or we're going to be in trouble. But I guess it would also suck if somehow you, you actually ran out of the 99 doors and you had to start all over. That would be pretty annoying, huh? Okay, so what's the deal with this? How do we make 3 numbers out of this? Because you already know how to make 2 numbers, right? Now, how do we make 3 numbers out of this system, I wonder? No, all we could do is subtraction, right? Anyways, how are you doing, Carl and Shrugs? I'm glad you guys are here. I can only do subtraction, really. So what can I do? I can just kind of... Oh, I have to do this in kind of order. Interesting. I guess they're all doors, so it'll subtract no matter what sign it is. So I can subtract this X number of times. Then I can put that into cyan. And that goes back into orange. But of course I can repeat that process. Ooh, interesting. Wow, what is this? What is this? Let's see, so how did this work with 2 of them? I guess the way it worked is that whatever I put into one ended up putting back into the other, right? Now we have a 3rd variable. How's that going to affect this math, I wonder? Well, anything I put into this is still going to eventually end up into here. It's just going to have a bigger exponent, I think. So, if I put, for example, 3 in here. Also, isn't this like... Wait a minute. I could have sworn there was like a formula for this. If the other one was like what was it called, like Euclid's algorithm, right, or something like that. So I wonder if there's something similar you could do for this. Like I wonder if it's somehow related to like LCM or whatever. Okay, well I need to get to the opposite of these, so I guess I should keep that in mind. I have to get to the opposite of each of these numbers. Let's see, which means I am going to need to get to negative cyan at some point. Yeah, so whatever I put here, I can then add it to this X times some amount. And I could do the same thing here, put that back into there. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be getting to, what's it called? I don't know if I'm even going to get to Kina's Masterpiece today, if these all turned out to be really difficult. Well, either way, last time I worked backwards, so I think that's what I'm going to need to do here. I think I'm going to need to work backwards somehow. Well, what do we know? Yeah, last time, we know that we could, like, what I did before was, when I had, like, 40 here and 50 here, I knew what the previous step was 10, because I could add those. So, the question is, though, what is our final step here? I don't know if we even know. Yeah, do we even know what the final step is here in this particular one? There's 3 possibilities. What could be the final color, basically? I don't know if that's gonna work as nicely then. Ooh, difficult. Wonder if Shock would know this one right away. She might. It's probably some math thing that is well known. Yeah, let's see if I can work backwards. Man, how do I even start? It's like, to get 33, well, I guess I need to get negative 33, right? Get negative 33. I would need like positive 7. Let's see if I already get 33 from positive 7, right? Could look at a different one for now, since this one looks a bit brain-breaky at the moment. And I might need to get a bit warmed up first. Huh. Think about that one a bit more. I wonder what else there is here. There's at least 4 more of these. I wonder if these are like math puzzles or something. Ah, we have one by Just Imagine It. What the heck? We have something here. I wonder why it's called Signature. I wonder why it's called that. So what can we do? We can do something here to get a bunch of these, I can grab this. Looks like I only get one of each, though. I can, like, do this to add each of these an infinite number of times. You can also do it at either side as well, which is convenient. I can go in either direction. I can go in this direction, I can go in that direction. So, I'm trying to get a specific number, I guess? And what do we have here? I need to open all of these doors. And still have 0 white, so I guess this has to equal this. Okay, I can open all these. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna make several trips, right? I'll need to get one, go over, and do another one. Go over, do another one. Interesting. So, what's gonna be the problem here, I wonder? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of these exact pinks. That's strange. Where's the 9th one coming from? Well, I guess the 9th one I'm just gonna lose, right? Well, actually, no. I don't use the 9th one because I start with this. I start with this -1 minus 1i, which means that's opening this door up here. Yep, there we go. I start with that, so now I gotta use the remaining 8 to get all of these. So I gotta determine which one can get each, I wonder. Because the problem is that I'm keeping my red in between each step, right? I'm keeping my red, so really all I'm changing is what I add. So I mean, ideally, I'd want to just, let's see. Are there any more with 1? Yeah, there are. There's one where I think I just want to add, this, do that. Ah, but I can only do it once. I gotta keep that in mind. Interesting. So these essentially determine what the difference is between each step. So I could travel by... Ooh. Huh, this is an interesting problem. Yeah, so I could travel by each of these things exactly once. So I gotta choose a good path to get through here, right? This is a given first step, so what's the next step, I wonder? Like, I could go up 1i to go to here. But how am I getting to this 1 to 3i then? Because I could only go up by 1i once. Okay, what else can I reach? I can go, of course, to 2 1i. I guess I should try to find doors that have some of these differences, like 2 plus 1i. What doors differ by this, I wonder? There aren't too many, right? In order for some to differ by 2, all I have is 1, 2, and 3. Which means that it would have to be like 3 to 1 or 1 to 3. So, for example, I can go from what I'm currently at to 3 and 2i as the next step, right? Let's see what happens if I try that. Oops, didn't want to grab that. Looks like I have 2 of these 2 ones as well. Yeah, why don't I do something like this logically? Hey, and Pi's here. Thanks for coming by, Pi. How are you doing? Yeah, these are some interesting ones, aren't they? I'm not exactly sure how to logically work through this, so I'm just kind of trying to feel my way through with steps that appear important. Okay, let's try to go... I'm going to try going to 2 and 3i next. I need to go the other direction. Okay. I wonder where I'm going to run into a problem. The fewer doors I have, the more I'll be able to kind of rule stuff out. Yeah, I can only move by a reel once, which is not great. And I'm at 2. Anyways, how are you doing today? Carl, I know Shrugs has been doing Baba. Carl has been working on finals. Everyone here is doing the big brain stuff, huh? doing pretty well. That's good. Yeah, did you had your first test, didn't you, Carl? Did you feel like you did pretty well? Oh, it's easier than expected. Ah, that's always welcome, isn't it? Isn't that always a great feeling when you get to the test? You're just like, ah, thank goodness. When you get there and you're like, I understand everything on this. This is no problem whatsoever. I always love that feeling. You finished about an hour early. Hey, how about that? Yeah, I always love that feeling. You get to a test and you realize, wait a minute, this is actually a cinch. But there's always that one test. That's the scary part, right? There's some tests that are easy, and then there's always that one test that's just, like, brutal. Ah, you have finals as well. Okay. Coming up in less than a week. Yeah, I guess this is about that time, huh? Everyone's got their final exams. Oh, hopefully things go as well for you as it did with Carl. Well, I guess Carl's just had one test so far. There's still plenty of ones, so... Definitely can't get complacent just yet, huh? Okay. I can go from here to go to this. You think it'll be chill? Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's math, so... The oral exams are a bit concerning. Yeah, those are the hard ones for me, too. Like, I didn't have too much of a problem with math and science, but... Sometimes the level of, memorization could be a bit much. And also, it's an oral exam, so I guess you have to... Do you have to, like, respond right away? Like, you have to know it off the top of your head? You can't, like, sit there and think about it, like... what is the... What was it again? Okay, I can go from here to 3 plus 3i. Question is, can I win from here? I've got a minus I and a plus I, so I think I might be in trouble. Well, I can subtract twice if I need to. I can go to 2 and 2i. Yeah, see, the problem right now... I think we're going to be in a problem because... I'm not really sure how I'm getting to 1i at this point. Yeah, see, that goes in the wrong direction. So I could already be at a loose state. I can go to here, sure. For the first half, you get a source, you have 20 minutes to prepare whatever you're going to say. The second half is just a conversation, there obviously, you know, a lot of time to think. Interesting. I had never had an oral exam. I wonder what that would be like. I don't think it'd be very fun, to be honest. Like, I'm not exactly the most well-spoken person. Yeah, unfortunately I lost here. This is so close, though. I'm surprised how close this guess was to actually working. I don't think there's a logically determinable solution here. I'm guessing there's probably multiple solutions. Look at that. I was so close. Well, actually, this might work because... Ah, no, they did it and add a final blank white door check. Of course they did. Dang, it almost worked. This puzzle was the hardest puzzle for me except for Kina's masterpiece, eh? Yeah, like, I wonder if it has a single solution. It really feels like it wouldn't. Like, look at this. I feel like there's plenty of ways you could go about this, right? So, I mean, guessing might honestly work. I'm not really sure, though. What's funny is, oh, never mind. I am forced to do this at the beginning. Yeah, like, guessing might work, so I wonder if there's some kind of logically determinable solution. Like, I just have every basic direction I can go, and it just kind of seems like I need to pick a path that works. It's almost like a meadow. It feels like a maze, right? Or like a finite state machine or something. That's what it kind of reminds me of. Like, when I'm at this state, I still like the idea of going up first. Found another one harder? Yeah, I was so confused at the previous one that I just skipped it for now because I want to make sure to warm my brain up a little bit. I don't want to start with that brutal puzzle right away. Feels better if I'm at least able to make some progress early on and then work from there. I still feel like I want to get rid of the 2s first. Like, I like the idea of getting rid of the 2s at the beginning. Because those feel like they're more restrictive. At least with the 1s, I can add it multiple times, right? Yeah, it might not be the hardest one, but it was the roughest experience for you. Interesting. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, so looking at this, I'm not really sure how you're supposed to kind of approach this, to be honest. But I'm going to try to get rid of these 2s as much as I can. Because what happens if I have just 1s left? I feel like that's pretty good if I have just 1s left. Because I can go multiple steps. And then I won't have to worry about it as much. So I wonder if I should leave some of those 3s. Last time I didn't leave 3s, and that kind of got me into a bit of a bind. These move in opposite directions. That's 2 and 1. I still do have that door left. 2 and 1, sure. And let's try to get rid of my last 2 if I can. What's this one do? Goes to 1 and 3, which I don't have anymore. Yeah, what am I doing here? Actually, it goes to 3 and 3. I do want 3. I do need 3 and 3 still. Alright, let's see if I can get away with just the 1s left with the remaining of these doors. So, one thing I'm noticing is that there's no more... there is one more 3-eye left. So, if I go down and reel... down in both... let's see. Down and reel... down in both. I need to go back up and reel. That's not good. Okay. Let's say I go down and I. Down and reel. Ooh, that almost works. I was gonna say it. I have to guess. Yeah, I have the. It really helps to have something. I see. So there is something that helps with this kind of thing, huh? Yeah, the one that moves both the same opposite directions kind of scares me. I can do that from here, actually. If I go down and I, move in opposite directions. Go down and reel, and then up both. Hey, I think that actually does work. Yeah, let's try that. So we're going to go down in I first. Okay, that's not down. That is down. And then I'll go in opposite directions for the next step. Nope, not that way. Opposite directions, and then we will go up and I, and then down and both. Or, down and reel, rather, yeah. Go down and reel. No, that's not down. Hey, what? Oh, yeah, I need to go down and reel, yeah. I was forgetting which door I was doing next. Do that one next. There we go, and now I think we're good. We just go up and both now. Which I guess is technically down because it's negative, but whatever. Hey, there we go. Yep. Hey, that plan did work. Just doing all the 2s first. There's no way that's a unique solution, right? Also, I wonder what I got insanely lucky? Maybe. I mean, I just did all the 2s first, and that just happened to work. It's not a unique solution? Yeah, I figured it would. It can't be that lucky. There has to be multiple solutions. Yeah, so what did, Tasty Pie, what did you say here that having helps? Let's see. Well, maybe you could just post it, because... I have to go to Google. Well, let's just go to Google. And we'll mess up my thing. Route 13. What did it help? Oh, watching a video. Wait, watching a video. Interesting. Puzzle creating extracted is a problem of visiting all nodes. Ah, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, it's actually a, what, a Hamiltonian path, I guess? Yeah, that's the term, right? So it's basically a Hamiltonian path problem. Just visit all the nodes, yeah. But I mean, still, Hamiltonian path is not, like, logical necessarily. It's like an NP complete problem, so there's still some stuff. But I mean, maybe there's something else you can do. You can move multiple steps as well. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's a Hamiltonian path on a graph. Yeah, exactly. I tend to prefer more logical ones as well. But I mean, this one, I probably could just draw this out in Paint and solved it that way if I was really stuck. Yeah, I could have just, that's true, I could just draw out 9 nodes, draw the edges, and then just find a Hamiltonian path. This problem emulates a problem discussed in the YouTube video. Oh, interesting. Tell me more. I'm interested. Shafted balance by Math Cookie. What do we have here? The most complex phone pattern locks. Oh yeah, I think I've seen something to that regard. The most complex phone pattern locks. Yeah, where you draw like on the 9x9 grid. How do you define what's a complex phone pattern lock, though? Like, what defines complexity? And the thumbnail of the video is literally a solution? Oh, that's hilarious. The This puzzle was really good. Good luck, eh? Oh, okay. This one seems very math related. Alright, what's the deal here? What is this, some kind of a system of equations or what? Okay, I have to get 2 of these paths. Then what? Then we flip white. And we subtract from blue? Okay. Oh, they just have to be equal. So white and blue have to be equal here. I think. Yeah, that seems right. White and blue are equal. White and black are equal. And black and blue are equal. Okay, so it's literally just an equality check to check. Why do you even need this third one? Isn't that just transitive? Like, if white and black are equal and white and blue are equal, then blue and black are equal as well. He defined it as having the most variation of slope. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I wonder what kind of pattern that would look like. It'd be like, you probably want to, well, you probably want to have one where you go from like corner to corner, right? Because that takes a bit more work to do. Because you have to go like this thing, and then you have to go like all the way around and grab the far corner without passing through the middle. Or I guess just kind of dodge the middle. That seems like it would be more complex as going across the long diagonal. Of course, if it's all long lines, then maybe it's less complex because it's a pattern, basically. Okay, so white, black, and blue all need to be equal at the end. And also, green, master, and orange need to be 0. Okay. White. I don't have any white right now. I have to make all these equal. I also have master keys. Oh man, I have master keys so I can skip doors and clone doors. That's brutal. But it's basically it's not really a zeroing problem, I guess, actually. It's more of an equality problem. There is zeroing involved, though. How do I zero this one green key? What's this even called? I want to check the title of this again. Shaft of Balance. Well, there's certainly balance involved. You've got to balance out 3 of the colors and zero out the rest of them. Or, how many colors am I zeroing? Yeah, you have to zero out 2. Or zeroing master really shouldn't be a problem. On a side note, I'm currently replaying Antimatter Dimensions. Ah, I see. Yeah, that seems to be one of the more popular idle games out there, huh? I mean, you say you're replaying it, but I mean, you can't, like, actually beat the game, right? Doesn't it just go on infinitely? So did you like, reset progress, or did you continue playing, on the same, like, save file you were already playing on? Anyways, we're gonna figure out how to zero green. What spins green? Just this. That spins 3. That gives 3. Okay, so I can go 4, 2, and 2, or something. Okay, this seems to be for a few ways to zero green out. Red, I'm gonna have to go through 2 of these paths completely. Okay. Or maybe clone 1. Wow, there's a lot going on. And I also have to zero orange. That seems like a bit more of an issue. Oh, so it does have a hard ending. Interesting. It has a hard ending where you actually beat the game. There's no more to do. You can reach the end and have an ending credit. Oh, that's cool. Well, once you reach the end, is there really nothing more to do? Have you actually just completely won the game and the only thing left to do is start over? What spins orange? I guess I just have to use this. That's the only choice. Yeah, it's another door that spins orange. So I am going to have to flip orange as well, which can only be done here. So this door is open once. This door is open twice. Exactly twice, in fact. So I can't open it more or less. I think this is the only option. This is my only option for zeroing orange. Which means that this door is not openable, right? Yes, once I get the positive, getting the negative is then impossible. Because there's no more spend of orange. So this door is not openable. You could continue, but there's nothing to do. I see. You never touched idle games, but it seems to be a significant overlap with that. How about a lockpick beauty? Really? Numbers. That makes sense. Both contains math nerds. Yep, you're probably right. I bet you're both right. It's the math, I'm sure. Because incremental games are a lot about that, right? There's like different calculations for like, okay, which upgrade is the best one that gives me the most and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of math involved to try to figure out what's the optimal upgrade to buy. What's funny is I think some incremental games have basically been, quote, solved. Like, I think there are some incremental games where they can mathematically prove the optimal series of upgrades to buy to get the points the quickest. Which is funny. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could basically actually solve those games to where there's just a strictly best solution. Okay, so this door's not openable. We could master key it, but I might not need this door anyways, so you might not bother with that. So we'll still have positive master keys at this point, theoretically. Alright, what else did that tell us? What else did that tell us? I suspect this equality thing is going to be a problem. I'm looking at black right now, and noticing that there's only one source of black keys. So that's interesting. Black is going to be somewhat restricted. One source of black keys. Can I even get that many negative green keys here? That's a lot. Negative 10? Where am I getting that many? I have to clone this door like a bunch of times. But I do wonder if I even need that. Interesting, okay. I like how some of these just randomly have the pure lock thrown on there. Like, nope, no master keys for you. We just tossed a pure lock onto it. So I guess that does mean that we have to open all these doors. So I guess that's something to check, right? So I will have to get negative 6 green. There's no master keying this door here. I will have to get negative 6 green. Ooh, that's a lot of negative green. So I'm going to have to, at the very least, copy this door. No, I guess not. There's this here. But, no, I guess I do have to gain keys. There, I do have a flipper here. Negative 6 green. Actually, I wonder if roll is solved. Yeah, I wonder. Well, is roll like randomized shrugs? Or is it actually, like the same thing every time? Because I thought roll was like randomized, so how would you solve a randomized game like that? You'd have to like somehow make a formula that will find the optimal thing for it. I guess you could just use probability, right? Find the optimal choice at every, if I had to guess, no, because there was an update recently. Yeah, it's probably not solved then. Solving a randomized game would be a bit more difficult, right? Because you have to account for probability and account for every possibility of what could happen. Yeah, I guess you could, technically, but it's a lot more difficult, I feel like. I guess it depends on how simple the game is, as to whether or not it'd be solved or not. Yeah, I guess now that I mentioned it, you could solve that. Okay, so currently my plan is probably to get a bunch of green keys here, flip them, and then get through here. Okay. I might be at the point where I just start experimenting and see what goes wrong. This is a quality thing. I mean, I could set up a system of equations. Like, I could set up a system and see if setting these 3 equal is going to be a bit difficult. I'm not really sure if that's going to be necessary, though. I could look at it with mod. Let's see. Let's check moduluses. How... Using modular arithmetic, let's see if I can make any forcing decisions. Okay, here's one. Already I could determine that blue can only be even, right? Even, 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 even. Every door that spends blue is even. In fact, I'm noticing that every door is also a multiple of 4. 4, 8, 12, 20, and 8. Every blue door is a multiple of 4. So that restricts the blue total to be something like plus 4n. So those are the only possible values for blue. In fact, yeah, plus or minus 4n, where n can be positive or negative, I suppose. So those are the only values for blue, actually. That actually quite limits things down. So modular arithmetic might actually be real helpful here. Yeah, this level. I'm already starting to understand what's happening here. I'm already noticing some patterns. Same thing with black, right? Black has only multiples of 5. 10, 5, and 20. It's an interesting one. Yeah, I'm already enjoying working through this modular arithmetic logic here. So this can only change by a multiple of 5. Fun puzzle? Yeah, it does seem like a cool one, huh? A lot of people seem to like this one. Alright, so based on that, I'm guessing the rest of these also have something going on similar. green has a bit more possibilities. How I did the last level? Did I draw? No, I actually just guessed. Yeah, trial and error plus luck apparently worked. It only took me two attempts, surprisingly. So for the last one, all I did was get rid of every 2 first, because I already know that the 2s are more restrictive, right? The 2s can only be taken once, whereas anything with just 1s you could use once or twice. So I took all the 2 paths first, and then from there it just happened to work out with all the 1 paths that I was able to win. So I didn't actually draw, but I guess I could have, right? That would have been a good way to do it, would have been to draw out a 9x9 grid and just find a path from there. Still has a bit of trial and error, right? Because you still have to like test out different paths to find one that actually makes it through the whole grid. So a bit of luck solved there, but I'll take it. It was still an interesting problem. And pretty funny how a YouTube video gives away the answer. That is not what I would have expected. Alright, let's look at white. 12, 6. Okay, let's make sure I don't miss any. 12, 6, 6, 9, 3, and 6. Okay, so this is only restricted to multiples of 3. Yeah, I didn't solve that one yet. I decided to go to a bit easier one first. Not really sure what to do for that yet, so I'll come back to that one. I didn't want to do that one as my first puzzle because it seemed a bit intimidating. Okay, well those are all co-primes, so we're going to have something involved. Yeah, those are all the numbers I have to make equal, in fact. So, what total am I targeting then? Whatever it is has to be a multiple of 3, 4, and 5. Okay, well what values does that hold? If I multiply these, that's 12 times 5 is 60. So it'd be either it'd be some multiple of 60 then. Right? 5 times 4 is 20. Yeah, it has to be a multiple of 60, which means 60 itself is probably the target number. So we're going for 60, I think, for all of these numbers here. That should help. You like this level? Yeah, this one actually seems really neat. It's very logical as well. I figured there would probably be modular arithmetic involved. I'm glad I checked. So given that, that tells us exactly what n is here. So what we know is that, well, I guess n isn't really going to matter as much. So I just know I need to get from 34 to 60. So I should at least determine how many of each I need to get. We need to get 60 white. We need to get... how many more blue? I need to get 26 more blue. There we go. Perfect. And we need to get exactly 3 black. Okay, so now we know how much I need to gain of each color. I should narrow things down a bit, right? So I can only gain in 10 at a time, which means I'm going to need to spend 7? And we're back to the Route 13 discussion, huh? I wonder what you guys are talking about. Spoilers this level, obviously. Something doesn't seem right here. This doesn't seem right. No. I did something wrong. This isn't possible. Okay, 60's not my total then. Target then. Right? Yeah, this would be the target if they all start at 0, but they don't start at 0, so I can't, it's not right. Well, that's gonna make things annoying. Well, I have a way to check this, I think. What I'll do, so I know at the very least it needs to be a multiple of 3, so I think I'm gonna start at 57, go up by 5 each time until I find something that actually fits. It's gonna need to be an even number, so we know that much, and it's gonna need to be a multiple of 3. Checking the 4 nth is going to be a bit annoying, but I'll get there. Okay, 62 is an even number. I also need to consider I can go down as well. Uh-oh, that's not going to be good. Huh, how do I do this? I wonder how I do least common multiple with modular arithmetic involved. How does that work, I wonder? Yeah, how does that work? Because I've never had to, I don't think I've ever attempted to do this. I need to find something I need to find a certain number that has certain moduluses in every color. Like finding a number with mod 0 in all of these multiples is easy, that's just LCM. But how does that work, I wonder, when you have mods involved? How does that work? Let's see. Well, either way, it should still be every 60. But the number itself is going to be a bit different. Maybe I'll just try to find the lowest and add 60 to that. So the lowest number we have that satisfies this is 30... I think this is 2. 2 plus 32 is 34. Okay, so that would be blue being 2. And that would be this being 2 as well, I think. 0, 2, and 2. So... like 64 or something? Let's see if 64 works. That's not a multiple of 3, so no, that's not quite how it works. Just gonna get all these equal. They're all equal at 0, 2, and 2. Yeah, how do I get all... I feel like Shrugs and I had a similar problem to this when we were doing Advent of Code. I feel like there was a problem that was almost exactly like this, where you had like several things, you had to find like a certain amount that made them all synchronize. Unfortunately, that doesn't really help me in this case, I don't think. Let's see. Maybe I'll start with white. So, what's the first white value that satisfies this blue condition? I guess I should write down what the mods are. So this is 2 mod 4. This is 2 mod 5. So whatever number it is, it needs to be 2 mod 4, 2 mod 5, and it needs to be 0 mod 3. You know, this is reminding me of 9B already. It's basically like 9B, it seems like. But with 3 numbers, maybe. It's not exactly like that, but it's definitely reminding me of 9B already with these moduluses here. It is 2 mod 4, right? Yeah, that definitely seems like it's 2 mod 5. Number has to be 0 mod 3, 2 mod 4. Okay, so what's the first 0 mod 3 number? This 2 mod 4. Go down to 3, so obviously it's not 3. 6 works, but that's not 2 mod 5. So if I go another 12, I should get another number that's also both of these. 12, 36, that's 18. Yep, 18 is 2 mod 4 and 0 mod 3. Is it 2 mod 5? No, it's 3 mod 5. So we need to go another 12. This number is also 2 mod 4, and it's 0 mod 3. It's 0 mod 5, so we need to go another 12. There we go, 42. Of course it's 42. Why, what else would the answer be, right? 42. There technically is more answers than that, but 42 is the lowest one, so it's probably the correct one. 42 is the answer to life, universe, and this puzzle, perhaps. 42 is 2 mod 4. It is 2 mod 5, and it's 0 mod 3. What would the next number be? I guess it would be 60 more than this, so it would be 102, but that's obviously not happening. The answer is always 42. Yeah, why would I have guessed anything else? What am I thinking? Okay, so that actually means I need to gain 8. 8 of these. 42 of these, obviously. And we need to gain... we need to lose, actually. 47, 46, 45, 44, 45, 15, I think. We need to lose 15 black. Okay, that seems like it's making a lot more sense now. So, losing 15 black shouldn't be difficult. We lose 25 and gain 10. So if I open each of these doors exactly once, then I'll be good. So each of these can be opened once. That's fine. That's negative 25 plus 10. That's 15. Okay. How do I get 8 blue? I have to gain 8 blue. There's a gain right here, but the problem is that there's these doors with spend keys, which is not good. Oh, and I also can't copy this door, so I actually have to master key both of these. Or not open them, period. But I'm probably going to master key them. This one for sure I have to master key. This one I could just skip, but I'm just going to put a master key on it anyways. Well, I guess that's not technically true. I forgot about this gain in this one. Whoops. Nah, there's more gains than that. I forgot about these. Sneaky blue border. You spend blue, you spend blue, you spend blue, you. Okay. So how about if I open each door just once? 20, 28, 8, 4. That's not good. I don't want 4. So I could just skip this door and I think call it good. Because we have, yeah, 12, 20. Yeah, my name is Sigma. I hope I can add. But probably not. We all know how much I suck at math. 20, 28, 8, 4. Yeah, so if I just skip this door, that does seem like a gain of 8. And gaining 42 white. Good thing there's no blast doors here. I mean, there's sign flippers, but it certainly helps the math to not have to deal with blast doors and subtracting other colors and all that. That would make it a lot more complicated. Okay, 12. 18. 24. It's 9. Gross. 24. 33. 36. And 42. Ah, how convenient. Except I already know I can't open this door, I think, right? Yeah, because the problem is that I can't get back to negative. I mean, I can't skip this either because I have to take this door to flip to get the rid of the orange. So I can't open this. Okay, I'm gonna have to deal with. I'm gonna have to use copying that, I suppose. I can't copy this door. So there's some other 6 door around here. There's this one, I suppose. But I'd have to copy this like twice or something. I don't want to copy the 9. That's too much. And there goes my phone. Oh boy, I wonder what's going on. Some group text or something. Probably should silence my phone during stream. Hopefully it'll stop beeping soon. 12, 18, 24. Let's just sort of do my math again just to make sure. 33, 36, 36, 40. Yeah, that is 42, I'm pretty sure. But if I can't open this door with actual keys, then I will need to find another way to do things. Can't clone this. Yeah, right now my best bet, I think, is to copy this door. Seems a little wasteful, but I do have a decent number of master keys, so maybe that's gonna work. Yeah, it's interesting that I can't go down. I can't go down in white, right? I can't. Oh, wait a second. Oh wait, never mind. I could master key this first and then come back with negative keys. I thought this door might stop me from coming through here, but it's fine. Yeah, I can't go down in white, so I got to be careful not to go over. Going over is not allowed, so I can't like open the 9 and then decrease white somewhere else. That would appear to be the plan, is to open this 3 times. Okay. That's my plan for white. I have a plan for blue, and I have a plan for black. Now, I suspect that the other colors are going to be a problem, though, so we'll see how that goes. Currently, I don't know if red's going to be an issue. I already know what I'm doing for orange. I'm coming through here and opening this twice. So that would be like the last thing I do. What am I doing for green, right? Green, I still haven't decided what I'm doing. I have to open this door. That's a requirement, so I do have to get -6 green at some point. Currently, what I'd like to do, I think, is gain here. Will that work? Okay, here's a plan. I can gain 3 green and gain 2 more, right? And that's 6. Then I could flip it to -6. That only requires each of these doors once. That gives me -6 here. Now, this 3 is kind of annoying. I might just master key this. I think I'm going to have to use a master key somewhere anyways. Either that or I'm copying, but I could just as easily just master key this door. Okay. That's 6. Flip to -6. Open this. And what did I say? And then I need to 0 it, actually. I need to 0 green. And if I'm opening this, the only way that's happening... Yeah, I can't use this door at all, actually, to 0 green. Because I need to get to negative green first. Before I 0 it, obviously. So we have to use this door, then. That's the only... It seems to be the only possibility, which means this is open 3 times, if that's the case. 3. Now, does that work with the master keys? I don't necessarily need to master key this door. I could just ignore it. But I do need to master key this, this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that's all my allocations of master keys. So that just means that I'm not opening this door, and I am taking both of these. So much logic, huh? So much logic before I even open a single door. In fact, I don't think I've done that. I don't think I've opened a single door in this puzzle, have I? I think I just was staring at it, trying to figure out what to do. That seems like a plan. Let's see if that works out for me. Now, ordering could be a problem. Will ordering be a problem? Skip you, open this. Yeah, sure, just open this now. Oh, right, I need to flip still. Whoops, yep, ordering's a problem because I don't have 0 white at the moment. Now I do. Go through here, go through there. Sure, doesn't really matter to open that yet. Now I flip. I guess I open this. I might also flip these because the rest are going to be negative. Copy that. I need to clone this door. 2 and 3. Perfect. 2, 1, 0. We flip. Yep, we flip orange a while. 2, 1, 0. That. That. Yeah, I think. Oh, wait a second. What happened to my green? Whoops. Wrong order. Oops. Yeah, made a little bit of an oopsie, but I think it's fine. Yeah, how was I planning to get to 0 again? Right, from here. But that means I did something with green. I messed up green. Ah, whoops. I realized that, yeah, something's a bit wrong with this plan. I have a small issue. That mainly being that this doesn't actually spend the right sign of key. Whoops. Okay, let me start over and take a look. That's funny that it actually worked out perfectly with my master keys, but it's actually wrong. Yeah, I think this is just straight up wrong because that's -6, sure. But that does not spend negative, that spends positive. That's the wrong sign. And if I copy the sign flip door, then I'm short a master key. How am I dealing with that issue? Yeah, let's see, do I have to copy this sign flip? Hey, I feel like I'm getting there, right? I feel like I've got most of the puzzle down. Do I have to copy the sign flip? If I don't, that means, like, I have to open this? That could actually work. I guess, no, never mind. Yeah, could it? Maybe? It's really not clear to me if this is gonna work. Yeah, I'm thinking of maybe using this to get to 0 instead. But of course that does mean I'm gonna have to come up with a different plan to get more keys. Well, this door can't be copied, because I already have to have -6 in the process. Like, I could open this now, sure. I could flip to negative and get to, like, -7 or something silly like that. Or -9 even. Yeah, actually, there's another issue. Is that if this door's in the way, of course I could master key it, as I said. Okay, let's go through here and check. If I get to here... uh-oh. Okay. That rules things out. If I'm going to use this door, that means to get through this -6, I can't use this one then. I can use this door because it's behind this. What other door can I use to get to -6? I feel like that just leaves me with the sign flip door then. If I open this and this, I get the -6 and copy this. Let's see if I can find somewhere I can save one. Ah, right. Oh, I can't even clone in the process of getting to -6. That's interesting. Yeah, I can't even copy doors at all yet. Okay, well, let's look at this. Funny that this was the thing that gave me the most trouble was green. I mean, I didn't even need to get to -8 green, in fact. So I'm going to need to get a lot of negative green. Perhaps what I actually do is copy this or something? have to get -8 green. Yeah, what am I doing about that? What am I doing about this green? Well, I could use a master key up here instead. Just ditch this. Ah, that's the ticket, isn't it? Because these can't be master key, but this one can. I think we just ditch this door. Yep, that would certainly do it. That means that I no longer have a necessity to 0 green at all. Which means you're unnecessary. If you don't have the necessity to 0 green whatsoever, then I don't think we have any of a problem. I think I have an extra master key, in fact. Trixie, Trixie. Okay, so I like this. I like the solution I had before then. Let's see if I can make that work. 6. Flip. Go through here. That's opened. I better go and spend this a while. Bye-bye, blank door. Now what? We need to get to -8. We wanted to copy this. I should have opened that 9 door. Open this one. Then we flip you. -8. Ah, that's why I need one more master key here, because I need to get to -10 for this. So that's where my last master key goes that I saved. Right here, I think. Yeah, there we go. And there's the last master key. Yeah, it's kind of weird if there's just one hanging master key. Ah, look at that. 42. Isn't it beautiful? Whee! Let's go, Lily. Cool puzzle. Wow, that is a very neat one. That is probably one of my favorites so far. It's a very logical puzzle, but oh boy, is the logic complicated, isn't it? GG, thanks. Yeah, that definitely was interesting. Another Just Imagine It. Who contributed this one? Math Cookie, eh? Well, good job, Math Cookie. You made a really cool puzzle. That blank is, yeah, that is really sneaky with the blank green. No wonder green was throwing me off, because that was a pretty sneaky move you had to do with green. Every other color kind of worked itself out. What the heck? Rainbow puzzle. What's with the rainbow puzzle? Alright. Feeling very colorful today, are we? What kind of nonsense? Yeah, just imagine it. Made 2 puzzles that ended up in the final game. Good for them. Alright, what kind of silliness are we going to be engaged in this time? Yeah, there are 2, exactly. Are there more than 2 or just 2? I'm guessing there's a... Ah, you don't quite like this too? I see. Interesting. I think they're more like math-centered, it seems like. They're less logic-based, it seems like. Okay, so I have free reign to potentially... You think this one's pretty good? Nice, I'll check it. I'll see what I think. I have free reign to change some colors around. This door's kind of locked in, which is kind of annoying. Wait, what? Why is this even here? Hello? I guess it's a place to dump master keys. I can't open this anymore. I guess I could if I uncurse it, but am I going to be able to do that? Oh, I guess I can. That's funny. I literally can't even tell that I have an anti-curse right now. The background is the same color. Yeah, that's weird, actually. Where's my anti-curse effect? You'd think at least you had to see it a little bit. I guess it's getting covered up by the other 3 key ores. Like, I can't even see my anti-curse. So I can't open that, but why? I guess it's a glitch color change is what this is. This appears to be the only use of that, is a glitch color change. Okay, so I can color change at will. And what else can I do? Okay, for one, this pure color is kind of annoying, so I'm just going to change it just so I can see better. Let's change it to black. Although, I only get 1 use of pure, so that might end up losing me the puzzle anyways. X200. When 100 isn't enough, we have 200 doors. You think 200 is enough, who knows? Maybe we need to have an infinity stack. Okay, so what I have the ability to do is to subtract 2 from any color as many times as I want. Okay. I have the ability to zero out any color that I want. I have the ability to flip brown for whatever reason. Why do I want to do that? I don't know yet. also need to get through here to get an extra master key for some reason. Why? 99I. Where am I getting an I key? I have an I key now. I guess that's where I have to spend. I could spend one random brown key to get into the negative master for whatever reason. I have this, which allows me to just spend one pure for whatever reason. And ability to step around the -1. Okay. I have a lot of things I can do. What's our goal? The goal is to do what? I still need a negative master key left over. I need a pure key left over. And I need to have blank of whatever color this is. Okay, that doesn't seem like much of a problem. Oh, I have to do this 11 times? What the heck? 11 times? Oh boy. What is this gonna do to my total? I guess it doesn't really matter what it does to pure. Well, then again, yeah, it's gonna like increase pure by 1 every time. So the first time I'm subtracting 2, the next time I have to subtract 3. Oh, I think I see where this is heading. I think like I need to find which of these numbers is like divisible by 2, and then one divisible by 3, and then one. This level can be really annoying for speedrun. Oh, I imagine. Yeah, because you have to go around and like subtract so many times. Am I really gonna have to subtract that many times? It's gonna be so annoying. It's gonna be another one of those 5-minute levels. I can already tell. Every time I open this, the numbers like maybe they could have made these numbers a bit lower if that's the case. Like 90 through 98. Does it really have to be 90 of all things? So every time I open this, I'm going to go up by 1. So I'm going to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever. And I also have to have, well, I would say I have to have -3 master keys, but browning is an option. However, I don't think I have the kind of I don't think I can get a positive master key. Can I? Nothing here spends master. So, yeah. Nothing spends... I mean, some of these spend master, I guess, but only the glitch doors, which require me to have spent master in the first place. So based on that, I'm going to say no. I can't get a... Most likely can't get a positive master key. Which does mean that some... I guess I don't spend these negatives? That's weird. I guess I spend 1, right? No, I don't spend any, I don't think. Why is that there, then? Why do I have these negative master keys if I'm not supposed to spend them? Something seems weird about that. Yeah, something seems strange. Why would I have these? Well, I won't concern myself with that too much right now. So I don't need to copy this door, thankfully. Yeah, that would make it even more annoying. I don't have to copy this door, I can just open it. Yeah, I can just zero stuff here. Okay, so where do we start? So I have to just pick one for each of these, I guess. Well, I guess I should start with the higher numbers first, and like primes. 7, for example. Which one do I pick for 7? What is 90 divided by any of this stuff? Am I gonna have 11, I wonder? What's the highest number I have? 2? And then I open this, I get 3. So it's 10 and 3. Which means when it's 1, it's going to be 12, I think. When I have one more door left, I think 12 is going to be the highest number. And the last time I open it, it's going to be just going to the end, so I don't need to zero anything. So that would appear to mean that I should focus on 11. 11. 11, 11. That'll be brown, I guess. You're the only thing that's divisible by 11 at the moment. Which I guess is why this is here, so I can actually decrease brown. You're the only thing that's divisible by 11 at the moment. You're 10. Which one's 9? Also 12, I guess, is a pretty high number. I should probably figure that one out. Which of these is divisible by 12, I wonder? Well, that'll be 60, 72, 84, 96. I know my times table, surely. Speaking of times tables, how high do your guys' times tables go? Because when I was in school, we did up to 12. So I actually have the 12 tables memorized, but I know they don't really do that everywhere, right? How high did your guys' times tables go when you were learning math? 9, 9. Uh-oh, something's not right. 10? Yeah, I'll say. So yours went up to 10. What's funny is, why does 10 even need to be on the times table? Like, it's literally 10. It's literally like the easiest number to multiply. Mine went up to 10, we memorized up to 12. Yeah, why is 1 and 10 even on the times table? I guess it's just to teach you the concept of how multiplying by 1 or 10 works. But you literally don't have to memorize it. 1 and 10, you don't even have to memorize. Really, all that really matters is memorizing 2 through 9. 11 is also free, right? You don't have to memorize 11 either. So like 2 through 9 and 12, which is funny, is the only ones you really even have to memorize if you want to be able to multiply. You never see times tables go up to 9? You see, oh yeah, end at 9, yeah. I guess they just want to teach how multiplying by 10 works. 14, yeah, I've heard about that. Some people have 13 and 14 memorized, I sure don't. But I do know that like 169 and 196 are, I think 12 times 13 and 12 times 14? I know that much. No, never mind, that's 13 squared and 14 squared, that's what I'm thinking of. I think 169 is 13 squared and 196 is 14 squared. Anyway, something's wrong because I don't have something for 9 now. That's bad. Something, I must be misunderstanding something then. Yeah, 15 squared is 225. Yeah, exactly. I decided to memorize a few of the square numbers because it has come up every now and then. Oh, I have glitch. That's where the 10's supposed to go. It's supposed to go here. Forgot about glitch color. That would explain what I'm missing. 10 goes to glitch. Why is there a random 1 eye? Oh, I guess that's maybe my eye key I spent. 16 squared is 256, and that's about as high as it goes. Yeah. Like, 16 squared is good to know for if you're doing computer stuff, right? Like coding. Yeah, powers of 2 are good to know for someone who's interested in programming. A 17 squared? I don't know why I would need to know 17 squared. I don't even know what 17 squared is. Okay, 8. Where do we put the 8? Okay, which of these happens to be? That's 8, 80, 88, 96? Why can't I add 8? 80, 88. It is 96. What? Uh-oh, we got a clash. That is the only multiple of 8 on this board, because I can't go 8 up and I can't go 8 down. So there's something I'm gonna have to resolve. 14 squared is 196. Yeah, square numbers are good to know, but I've only like I never felt the need to memorize 17 squared, but I do know 13 and 14 squared. You know all the squares up to 20. Oh, and you recognize every square up to 30. Oh, that's cool. Well, let's see. What is this number? Which square is this? See if you know that one off the top of your head. Let's just see. I just have fun testing you. Okay, which one's 7? $16? Not 6. Yeah, 26. There you go. Yep, nice. 16. Yeah, definitely not 16, huh? Okay, the next number is 7. 77. 84. 91. Like, I'm noticing there's some kind of, like, extra doors here. I bet you this extra doors were how we somehow involved it. Yeah, that was a typo. Yeah, I figured it was. You probably know 16 squared, so obviously you just typed wrong. Okay, so these are my 2 options for 7. I should probably note both down. How about 6? 90 is a multiple of 6, right? Yeah. But I'm not going to put a 6 there. 96 is also a multiple of 6. What? Alright, maybe I'm misunderstanding the premise, because I'm already having several overlapping numbers. Let's see if I can start working through some. Well, I'll just pick something for 2, and then we'll see how it goes from there. I must be misunderstanding the premise here, because I'm actually ending up with several overlaps. It's very easy to get the root if you know that it's a square number because of the last digit. Ah, good call. Yep, you're right. 24 and 26 has the same. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, 4 squared is 16 and 6 squared is 36. Yep. Good old modular arithmetic, isn't it great? It's so helpful. So many scenarios, which is honestly surprises me that I feel like modular arithmetic doesn't get enough attention in schools. Like, I don't really remember learning much about modular arithmetic, and I feel like we should have, because it's actually really interesting. And honestly, I feel like pretty useful in a lot of scenarios, especially in this game. This game in particular, that you have quite a use of modular arithmetic. 3, and the rest of these can be 2. Yep, we got something wrong. But okay, let's see if this premise works out. So, for example, I can open purple and just start spending. But I mean, I have a blast door here, so... Ah, the blast door is for skipping a number. Blast door allows me to skip one. Yeah, look at this. This is actually going to take so long. Why did they pick 90 of all numbers? Why 90? Also, what do the rest of these doors do? Okay, I can also skip a number here. Yeah, why did they have to pick 90? Why not like 50 or something? That would have made it a lot better. Okay, so now I'm starting to see the use of some of these. Here I get to skip a number entirely. And here I think I also get to skip a number entirely. Takes long, and also you can't undo. Well, you can undo if you, well, I'm not sure what you mean by, like, you can't undo. Because you can undo here, right? But one thing that's annoying is if you stand next to the door, you'll undo all the copies at once. But I think if you step away from the door, then you can undo without undoing all the steps. Let's see, yeah, so, I'll open this 3 times. Yeah, see, because I stepped away from the door, it just undoes one step. If you undo it, then it all gets undone. Yeah, well, that's only true if you don't step away, as I showed. Yeah, you can actually step away from the door and give yourself an undo point then. And then calculus is usually seen as a branch of math that all higher level branches branch off of, so schools mostly teach that. I mean, what's higher level, right? Like, I feel like group theory and stuff has connections to number theory. What else has connections to number theory? I feel like some algebra has connections to number theory. I don't know. I feel like there's got to be more math that's based off of number theory. But I see what you mean. Yeah, like calculus is kind of needed for a lot of things, but yeah, it's linear algebra. I feel like I honestly got a lot of use out of linear algebra. Like I got quite like as far as maybe just like as a programmer, I feel like I've actually used linear algebra and number theory way more often than calculus, to be honest. Like, I mean, you don't necessarily need a lot of calculus when you could just use numerical methods anyways, but I guess that might be considered part of calculus. Like, I honestly haven't needed to use calculus that often. At least in programming, let's put it that. Because, I mean, that's what I usually do, right, is programming. Like, that's where my math is going to get used. Or puzzle games, apparently. But I've gotten more use out of number theory and linear algebra, which is kind of interesting. That's not what I would have expected. Okay, if I could skip some numbers, then... Wait, is this 3? No. What is this 97 going to? It actually doesn't go to anything. 97 is prime, right? I guess 97 is a prime number. Isn't there an easy way to check? Like, there's some kind of, like, easy trick you could do to check if something's prime with, like, a very, very high percentage of accuracy. But I can't remember what that test was. It's probably just as difficult as just testing the factors anyways. Like, if you take the square root of 97, it's somewhere around, like 9 to 10, right? So if this doesn't have any factors less than 10, then it's already prime. You can already prove that. And we can see it's not a multiple of 9 because the digits don't add to a multiple of 9. It's obviously not an even number. It's not a multiple of 7 because 27 is not a multiple of 7. It's obviously not a multiple of 5, and it's obviously not a multiple of 3 either if it's not a multiple of 9. So it is prime. It's pretty easy to check. I think Rho Omega may take at least half an hour. Yeah, you're probably right, B. Those machine ones take a long time. You want to forget any very high-level math concepts. I mean, at some point, like, they gotta keep it under control, right? Like, at some point, it's just gonna become unfair if they just decide to... Like, you need to have an actual, like, college degree to solve the problem. Like, that would just be ridiculous. So this one's prime. So we actually just have to skip this color entirely. So we're skipping this color by opening this with cyan. Now, I can also skip a number. I guess this allows you to skip a color, whereas this allows you to skip an entire number. Which number do I need to skip? Well, let's see. Which number doesn't have a currently have an allocation anywhere? I think I said that one of the numbers didn't have an allocation. Which one was it? 10 did. 12, 11, 10. 9 has an allocation. 8 has an allocation. 7, 6, 5. They all have an allocation, but some are used twice. You do know bilattice has integrals? What? Interesting. Well, now it's spoiled for me too, I suppose. So, what? Oh well. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna play bilattice on my own, anyways. It's not gonna be a stream game, so it's not like spoilers matter as much. Like I usually for streams, I like to keep it as blind as possible because it makes for a more interesting streaming experience, in my opinion. If I don't know what's coming beforehand. Integrals. Apparently, for puzzle games nowadays, you need to know college math. Puzzles, aren't they great? I think I said that 8 I needed to skip because 8 and 12 occupy this exact same spot. So I need to skip one of these numbers. If I'm going to skip any number, it's going to be 8 because that's going to take longer. Okay, let's not use a red X. Let's just turn it red. If we skip 8, integrals for a puzzle game, exactly. Like, okay, now it's just getting silly, huh? So now I just need to allocate the rest of these. Let's not do 6 there. Let's do, I guess that leaves 6 up here. But where's 9 going then? What? Where's 6 going? What the 6 doing? I mean, I can't use these master keys, surely. Because there's this 3 master door here. Huh, could I skip brown? Why is this -1 here? So many weird questions in this game. Why is there a -1? What is going on? Yeah, why is this here? I guess I use this after zeroing the brown. That's why. This is here to use glitch after brown, if I want to. I guess that makes sense. I zero brown once, and then I grab this. Because I can't zero a -1 by subtracting anything 2 or greater. Okay, clever design. Yeah, I can only skip one number. Period. And if I can't... Yeah, why do I have these master keys? That's still weirding me out. It's almost feeling like I could use this multiple times, but I don't think I can. I guess it's there just to maybe provide subtractions for the locks. I guess that's maybe its only purpose, basically. And this here is to make sure I do this as the last step. Weird. Okay. Still, so I don't think there's any point opening 1 billion doors if I don't actually have it. If I don't have an actual plan. What am I doing with pure, actually? Ah, you can't zero pure out because there's a pure lock on there. So why do I have a... Yeah, why do I have a pure thing here? I guess just to essentially blank it out, so I have to pick a color at the beginning. Because, yeah, I can't subtract my pures. I have to leave it there. So something's clearly wrong. Am I entirely sure that 12 is a required number? Maybe that's something I should check. So I'm gonna zero something. Then I open this door, which gives me 3. That puts me at 10 copies. When there's 9 copies, I'm going to have 4. When there's 8 copies, I'm going to have 5. 7 to 6. So they all add to 13. So when I have 2 copies, I have number 11. When I have 1 copy, I have number 12. So that does seem like 12 is required. I mean, either 12 or 8. I could skip either of those. So it does seem like 12 is required, that's for sure. Oh, you know what? I have a second 10. I wonder if I should be using it. I do have a second pen up here. Wow, this Mega World is not kidding around. I thought these top ones are going to be easier, but I seem to have underestimated things. Yeah, so we still have this problem with 8 and 6 conflicting. And then 6 not having anywhere else to go. 6 goes into one of these spots. I mean, why can't 6 go up here? I guess because the 9? No, the 9 could go here. But then again, can it? Because the 11 has to go there. Like, it feels like the 11 has to go here. I'm going to green out any that feel required. Like, that's the only spot for the 12. That's the only spot for the 11. Like, sure, I could skip one. That's the only spot for the 8, as far as I can tell. That's the... You think top levels are meant to be harder? Interesting, okay. I guess that makes sense. Usually when you go farther in the world, it gets more difficult, right? But I mean, there's also different themes, right? There was the, there was like the machine set, right? Which was the bottom set. Yeah, the entire bottom set was like algorithms. And this set here, I guess, is mostly math focused, right? That's what it feels like. It feels like the top set so far has had more of a focus on mathematics. Like that one was modular algebra, or modular arithmetic. The one I skipped is like some kind of math concept. And we have this one, which is dealing with divisibility, I think. So yeah, maybe there's like the top set is math, the bottom set is like algorithms, and I think there's also the Omega level set, which was the levels that were dropped from the game. Like I know those were like levels that were eventually cut from the original version, so they introduced them back in, which is cool. Okay, I think those are the only forced numbers. 11, 10. 10 has 2 locations it can go. 9 has 2 locations it can go. 8 currently only has 1. 7 has 2. 6 has just those 2. 5 has several. And also, some of these colors only have one option. Like 4 can go here. I guess I should have really listed out every single option and not skipped any. 98 can be 4. 3. But I mean, everything's got to be here. This darn 90 has way too many factors. 3 can go here, but of course it probably won't. 3 can go here. And 2 has a load of options. I'm not going to list out all the 2s, though. Yeah, so currently, you think that this is also forced because this is the only use of purple. It's either that or I skip one. I wish you could see that better. Here, I'll use yellow. Yellow's still pretty visible. Like, some of these colors actually have only one option. Like, all of these only have one choice. This one has none, so this one's skipped there. Whereas you can see, I think I'm going to have to skip either 4 or 7. Because, well then again, no, if I do, then I don't have this. What else can be in this 98? Yeah, something's not right here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's at least try to get something close. What? What am I missing? Okay, hold on a second. I want to check something. Are there any other parameters to this? Why is this here? Okay, that's there so I can spend this. Yeah, and there's a sign flip. Why is this here, of all things? Oh, it's interesting. All these doors are pure, so I can't curse them. Alright. I guess the game thought of that. So one thing that's interesting is I think I can use brown twice? Can I? Then again, maybe not. Once I do this, I lose my curse. I can go here and get anti-curse, but it's not really what I'm interested in. Okay, I can't because of this one-way drop. I thought I might be able to hit one of these while brown. But you can't quite reach that high. I don't think even, like, bunny hopping or some crap like that is going to work. Yeah, you can't do it that way. All these doors are pure, so I can't mess with them. Yeah, they thought of that, didn't they? Never mind, then. So yeah, still leaves me with a predicament here. It really does feel tempting to try to use one of these negative master keys. But unless I have a plan for getting through here, then that's no good. I guess I do have to use every color. I can't, like, leave brown behind, I don't think. But either way, I can't also get a, as far as I tell, I also can't get a positive master key, so, yeah. I guess -3 is my only choice. That's so weird. Yeah, why is this here? Whatever. I guess I shouldn't concern myself too much with why is blank there, why is this there. A weird setup, which means I'm still in this predicament. That doesn't make any sense. 92 doesn't appear to have any factors that I missed. 6? Did I really check all 6s? Yeah, I did. Which means we're still at this case where I can't get both of these, for example, right? Is this actually... Yeah, that is actually a multiple of 8. And there are none others here. Which makes me think I have to skip one of these numbers. But also, I don't have anything for the black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 colors. So I do have to use 11 of the colors. So it doesn't make me think I have to use every number from 2 to 12, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 11 numbers. Yep, all 11 numbers have to be used somehow. So what's the deal with black then? 97 is a straight up prime. Well, let's just start. I'm going to start picking some numbers and see if I miss something as I start going at it. So I would think that 6 goes up with this 90. So I'm going to select that. 9, I guess, can go here then. Even though that's where the 11 goes, so that doesn't seem to make any sense either. Where is that 6 going to go? 10 is glitch, of course. And of course we have 11 and 12, which don't really seem to fit with anything. And this 12 does. Which number do I skip? 7's already done. I don't need to skip that. Yeah. Right now I'm like skipping one of these numbers. Well, anyway, let's see what anyways, let's see what starts happening. Now we get the fun process of opening doors. Well, let's see if I can think of anything else that I can change here. I love that. 200 doors. This does seem like it'd be very annoying for the speedrun. Man, they really made it so that, in fact, you know what? I've got an idea. I wish I could skip. I wish I could skip some more of these, but you can't. Man, you just can't even test anything out in this. Like, you can't even, like, really even skip a number easily. You can't, like, skip up to 5, for example. Isn't this one eye a little weird? Spending the one eye, I guess it has to go there, right? And get this master key. I could always go to a different puzzle too if this one's getting me too confused. So I really don't see what I'm missing here. It's like whatever color I choose here has to get zeroed. So it really does feel like there's somehow a way to zero every single one of these. Even though, yeah, the math just doesn't seem to work out. Say I skip 9. So right now 9's at a bad spot. Then I can select this 11. I say I skip 9, right? Oh, this is an agreed one. 10, 11, 12. That almost works, except 8 isn't gotten, and I'm still stuck with this. This black is a real problem. Like, I feel like I've somehow logically shown that I can't seem to solve this. Yeah, like, this here is the biggest confusion to me. Is there anything else that I can do here? Anything else I could do with this 4 or the 7? 2, 2, 2. Yeah, this here, I feel like 2 is the only number that works, right? We already determined the 4 doesn't work. 6 doesn't work. Yeah, it's 15 times 6 is 90. 7 obviously doesn't work. 8 doesn't work. 10 doesn't work, and 12, I guess, doesn't work, right? Yeah. Huh, is 90 a... No, 90 is not a multiple of 12. What is a multiple of 12 that has 0? It's 60, I guess. So it's 72, 84. Yeah, I feel like this one, 2, is the only number that works. Say I ignore everything but 12. Maybe 12 is not involved somehow, and I'm just misunderstanding things. What happens if we just ignore 12? Can I somehow still get this to work? Because we still have this problem. What am I spending black on? What am I spending black on? Because I'm already using... Wait, can I avoid going up a number, perhaps? I don't think so. No, it doesn't look like you can avoid going up a number. Like, I can't do 2 numbers in one. Doesn't seem to work that way, because this will increase by a number no matter what. It will go up. Jeez. Well, hopefully I don't get stuck on these. I would love to at least look at it. I mean, I'll probably look at Kina's masterpiece if I can't figure some of these Omega levels out. But this is still the problem I'm having. Because I feel like I don't have anything to spend this on. Because if I have to skip cyan, then I feel like I can't skip orange or green. And that just leaves nothing for black. I mean, it's up 2, I guess, but I already had to use 2 for green. Is there any other numbers that work here? Does 3 work? Quite a few is very tricky. Yeah, I seriously don't know what I'm missing here. So I might come back to this one. I thought it was going to be simple, but I must be misunderstanding the... something about the logic here. 9 plus 8 is 17. 5 doesn't work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's 6. Not this one. You only had trouble with the Omega 19. Interesting. Which one is this one? I guess I'll take a look then. Yep, I really don't know what I'm missing. Like, this here just feels like a contradiction. The fact that I feel like 2 has to be spent here, 4 has to be spent here, and 7 has to be spent here, seems to leave you with no number for black. Like, if I pick black, if I pick any of these other numbers for black, then I feel like one of these 3 colors is not going to have a way to be spent. It's like I can't pick any number for black whatsoever. And of course, if I skip black, then I don't have a number for cyan then. Weird. I don't know what I'm missing there. Division, derision. Well, I mean, there is division involved. That's for sure. And we have Love Math Boy. I feel like I recognize that name. Alright, let's try something else. Oh boy, we have a zeroing puzzle, but with a lot of master keys. That is quite a lot. And no skipping the blank doors, huh? Go through all paths and get to 0. Okay. It's an interesting level A. Yeah, I guess we'll see what I'm up against this time. Hopefully something I can actually understand. It would appear that I have to zero colors in order. Yeah, I can't get more master keys until I zero a certain color. Okay, well, let's see if modular arithmetic helps at all. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have Math Cookie and Love Math. Yeah. I'm sensing somewhat of a pattern here. I don't know. What about you, Shrugs? Sensing somewhat of a pattern here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 20, 21. Okay. The whites had the 21. How about orange? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 17, 21. Let me guess. They're all going to add the 21. 11, 16, 17, 20, 21. Oh, yeah. There's just a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of every color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 4 different people with 4, math guy and math man. So that's 4 different people with math. Well, that's at Baba Core, right? But yeah, I guess there's going to be a decent number of people in puzzle game puzzle game circles with math in the name, right? There's also tester levels in T2. Well, there's just one, right? Yeah. In EX, there was a tester level? I don't remember that. People should start to be more original. Stop. Yeah, math is overrated. I don't know why these people like math. We gotta be cool and say no to math. Of course, then I wouldn't be able to play this game, so... Then again, I guess not. That wouldn't be worth it. Yeah, in World 12, I think there was a... so those are testers. The black names are testers. That's cool. They contributed some puzzles to this game. Okay, so I mean we have enough of everything, right? So what's the problem? I'm guessing the problem's gonna be my master key total. It needs to get to 0. Yep, that is our problem. How many master keys do I need to cancel out? Hey, thanks for coming by, Watson. Okay, not every contributor was a tester. Okay. But yeah, they're just external contributors, huh? I have to get rid of a whole entire 7 master keys somehow. How do you even say that? Cathari. Cathari. That's just my guess, Cathari. Yeah, I'm glad you're here, Watson. I've been getting my butt kicked by some of these. I haven't had to skip puzzles in a while, but I actually ended up skipping 2 puzzles today. Well, one I just didn't really attempt because I didn't even know where to start, but I'll probably go back and attempt that one again. Oh boy, yeah, some of these puzzles are kicking my butt. Okay, so we have all the doors that line up perfectly. But how do I get these master keys to be spent? I have like a surplus of 7. So I can't just like clone and then open clone doors. So I'm gonna have to upset the balance, I guess, by copying a door and then master keying its equivalent door of like whatever color it is. Okay. Which color do I go for first? It probably doesn't matter. Let's just start picking some. Okay, so which door do I want to skip? I can spend 4 master keys by, say, master keying this 5 door. That'll get rid of a bunch of them. This could be a World 8 puzzle? Yeah, probably, huh? Ah, crap. Okay, maybe I should pick up some more. Yeah, this seems like it could have fit World 8. Maybe it's not too hard. It doesn't seem like it's going to be too difficult, thankfully. It's somewhat math-focused, but it seems like less so than some of the others. Right. But I am still restricted to having to get to 0. Ooh, okay. That's a bit of a problem, then. In order to get a stack of master keys, I do have to 0 something. Which one do I pick? Okay, whatever one I pick, what do I know about the color I choose? Is that whatever's left over, I have to leave a big door to master key with a positive one, and I have to leave a small door that I can clone. I guess I don't have to leave a small door. So whatever color I pick, I need to have a big door left over of every color. I guess that's one thing I can determine, right? So let's see what's the best I can do. If I pick cyan, I'm leaving all this, this, and this, which I don't think leaves any big purples. Yeah, no big purple doors are left over if I'm zeroing cyan. So I don't think that could... Well, I guess I don't have to have a big door in every color, right? As long as I have at least one color that I can still do stuff with. Okay, well, let's just try to optimize then. Which one seems to leave the fewest doors? Which one leaves the most doors behind? White seems like a bad choice, because white is pretty deep in. Purple seems like not a bad choice, honestly. What about orange? Nah, orange has this door, so that's not great. Let's not do orange. Pink? I guess pink is decent. Pink leaves this entire row down here. Pink actually seems like a decent choice. Still think I might prefer purple, though. I don't have to necessarily leave one of every color. I can zero these master keys out with just like 1 or 2 colors, probably. Okay, that seems like a decent choice there. So let's see if we can find some way to... I need to get rid of 7. I gotta remember that. Let's write that down. I'm gonna waste 7 master keys on these doors. Which colors do I have the option to do that with now? I can use this as a substitute for this 6. So I can Master Key the 6. What about orange? Do I have a choice for orange? I can use this as a substitute for the 4. I can use this 1 up here to get rid of a bunch. Hey, it's Lumery! Thanks for coming by, Lumery. My brain is getting wrecked right now. These puzzles are no joke. Okay, here's a good option. You know what? I probably should have picked up that 3 yet, though. Here's a good option, I think. Start copying this door a crap ton of times, and use this to make up for that 6 white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a lot of these I can just cancel out as well. Do that, and I guess we'll use this. Okay, how many did I waste? Wasn't that 7 already? I think it might have been. No, I might have actually used too many, because now I am going to have to Master Key this door in exchange. Uh-oh, I better be careful about that. I'm not so sure this is right. Well, let's see how close it gets me. Okay, so we're going to pick this up. And we're going to do this, and break that. What? Why do I have extras? Whatever. I guess I can blow one here. Send you something cool on Discord, listen to a stream, I don't mind. Oh, you sent me something cool, I see. Oh, you're making some music for your map, okay. Yeah, well, let's see. I guess mute the music temporarily while I listen to it. Yeah, let's see what you got. Listen while I'm doing this. Yeah, Livery's making a Jump King map. Of this, while I listen to the beautiful sounds of keys and doors. Ooh, very atmospheric. This now be a good time for me to grab a drink. Use this as a soundtrack. So this is a work in progress, huh? Sounds almost like mournful to me. It's almost like rainy ruins, I think is what this would fit with. That's what it feels like to me. Something kind of like something almost like a Bargenberg or like a Lost Frontier. That's what I would think. What do you think, Lumery? What would you use that music for? Which what would the general appearance of the area be? Yeah, I think that almost sounds like a mournful sound to me. How am I one short on this? I'm not thinking of this right, I guess. I guess it's a little bit different since I'm skipping a door. Maybe that's why I'm getting... Okay, how did I do with getting rid of keys? Now I have tons of keys. So, clearly that didn't help. No, I just got rid of negatives. Whoops, that's the wrong direction. I'm wasting negative master keys. That's not gonna work. I need to waste the positive ones. How am I supposed to waste positive master keys? Ah, the one for the screenshot. I see. Yeah, I was thinking it'd be something more like cyber, but I guess this is more like, yeah, it almost feels like something for like Lost Ruins or something. I wonder how it'll be for different areas. Also, didn't you say you were using Disaster Piece music? Are you using that for, I guess, just some of the levels, or what? How am I supposed to waste positives without wasting negatives in the process? It's like, sure, I could just clone doors and try to dump master keys. I'm still going to have too many. I've got to find somewhere to dump these. Ah, some of it, okay. It's been like 2 weeks you've been trying different chord progressions, and you finally seem to gain somewhere. Ah, okay. Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to do, like, rhythm and bass or whatever, or was it drum and bass, since you also seem to like that particular genre of music. Okay, so I found a way to waste negative master keys. I found a way to do the opposite of what I want. So how am I wasting positive master keys? No, indeed. Huh, that's weird. Like, that would seem to need to apply. Like, if I master key a door, what do I have to do in exchange? Feels like every door I master key, I'm gonna have to copy something in exchange. Ah, but here's something I could do. If I copy a door that has a large cost, I can master key everything else that's connected to it, right? That would normally add up to it. So, for example, if I copy a 6 door with 1 negative, I could spend 3 positives on the 1, 2, and 3 doors. Ah, that seems useful. Yeah, in fact, I think I'm going to do that maybe with every 6 that I can. Then I'm going to have to spend at least 1 of the 6 doors. And of course, it's the same thing with a 5. I guess leaving a 5 door behind allows me to master key a 2 and 3 door. Okay, so every 6 allows me to get rid of 2 of these. The math, yeah, the math is mathing. This is nothing compared to what I was doing earlier. You should have seen it. It was crazy. It was certainly something. So every 6 allows me to spend 2, and then I can also spend 1 on some other door. So 2, 4, 6. I feel like there's got to be still several solutions to this. I'm still picking purple. I think that's still a good choice. But I better pick a color that doesn't waste a lot of 6 doors. Did you see the new cool custom map? The new cool custom map for what exactly? That could mean a lot of things. Okay, let's take note of my 6s. And try to find the color that... I guess I don't really need to mark it, but... Let's try to find the color that spends the fewest 6 doors, if I can. Okay, cyan spends 3, so that's not great. What about pink? Pink spends... 3 as well. No, I don't like that. Purple spends 3. Are they all going to spend 3? Oh, God. Orange spends... only 2? Am I seeing that right? No, it spends 3 as well. And white, of course, will spend... I think white spends 4, actually. And white spends 3. Great. Okay, so maybe it doesn't matter a whole lot which one I pick. It probably will matter. Let's see if I can, narrow it down. Let's start to... From Jump King. Super Jing World. Oh, so that's what that was. Yeah, I saw someone post about that. It's Super Mario themed. Your hitbox is resized to 1 pixel. Oh, I guess you're, like, really short, I guess, basically. Because normally, I think your feet... Well, I guess your feet have, like, a wide hitbox, right? Interesting. So with 1 pixel, I guess that would mean that maybe some of the jumps are more precise. Yeah, because normally you have a wider... Like, if you have a 1 pixel platform, you still have a large range of being able to hit it. Wow, so that actually does sound like a pretty interesting idea for a map. Resized to 1 pixel, huh? Alright. What do I have that actually adds up here? Not much, if I'm being honest, if I do purple. Like, none of these doors really add up to anything else. Like, I guess 2 and 3 add up to 5. But that's not good enough. Yeah, 2 and 3 add up to 5. Great, that spends 1 key. I need to do a lot better than that. 1 and 5 add to 6. The map looks Nexile level of professional because Nexile worked on it. Oh, is Nexile the actual devs of the game? Dot kid, yeah, you're literally a dot. Okay, 1 gets spent here, 1 gets spent here. Orange has nothing that works. And pink also sucks. So no, purple is bad. Okay, let's try picking cyan. Let's mark purple as I don't think I'm picking that color. Let's try cyan instead. Cyan seems to be very wasteful. Okay, let's see. This is where I get my first masterpiece. These 2 add up to make 6. These 2 add up to make 5. Purple can't have anything done with it. Well, white. 1, 2, 3 makes 6. Ooh, that's pretty good. Dot Kid is actually 2 by 2 pixel. What is Dot Kid? Is that like a I want to be the guy thing or what? 1, 2, 3 makes 6. So white I could spend 2 at. Pink I could spend 1. But that's about it. That's not enough, I don't think. Like, sure, I can do this. I'm like, let's just make sure my balance. So, how many do I have now? 2. 2, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 7. I've got to spend 7. The king has 3x4 hitboxes normally, and oh, 3x4. Wait, 3x4 hitbox? What do you mean? Oh, you mean like tiles or pixels? The Super Jing-year-old, you're 1x1. I see, but you have the same jump height. Yeah, is it 1 pixel or 1 like tile? So I thought you said it was like 1 pixel on the screen. That would be a big difference. Or are you 1 like grid tile large? Get ready, because we are getting the babe. We're getting the babe. No, we are not getting the babe or the baba. Or I'm just getting confused. What happens if I try to go for white now? I actually can't. Interesting. Okay, I know that seemed better, but that's still not good. Let's try going for pink. Maybe a deck. That's better than purple, at least. How about pink? Is pink any good? 1 pixel would be impossible to play. Okay, so you meant tile. I see. Well, it wouldn't be impossible to play, right, Lumery? But I mean, I guess if the sprite was 1 pixel, yeah. But what if just the hitbox is 1 pixel? I feel like you'd still be able to play the game. Ah, here's one thing I'm noting. I can actually grab negative masters to zero something out early. Ooh, maybe I should be doing that actually. Ah, you know what? That's probably actually better than what I'm doing now, is I should be grabbing a negative master key and zeroing something early. 21. So, what happens if I copy one of these 6 doors twice? That's 18 keys spent. Do I have one that just requires a 6 and a 3, I wonder? Do I have one that's just blocked by a 6 and a 3? This is close to working, but it doesn't. This is just 1 here. So close to working, though. Normal kid is 11 by 21, okay. Not dot kid moment, yeah. You wouldn't be able to see it, yeah, but if the spray was bigger than 1 pixel, you could still play Jump King, I think, pretty well with just having a 1 pixel hitbox. You're pretty annoying, though. And I want to be a fan game dot kids actually makes the platform much easier. Yeah, I guess it would, because you're not going to hit spike. You're not going to hit spikes as easy, right? Because I suppose that I want to be the guy. Most of the threats are, like, things that kill you, right? Rather than missing platforms. Whereas Jump King, it's all about actually landing your jumps, so having a smaller hitbox makes it harder. You wouldn't be able to see it. Yeah, so it's 1 tile, okay. So you're tiny, but you're not literally 1 pixel. You're just 1 tile large. I can go through there, but that's not the right color. Okay, I can go through here with purple. Here's something I can do. I can go for this. And get down to a different number. Do that. Whoops. And check it, I've still got a lot of doors available. So now I can master key every single purple door if I want to. But I'm not going to pick that up yet. Just do the docket thing and add a circle. Yeah, just add a circle staring at the player. This is you. It's like you need a microscope to see yourself. That's hilarious. It's like put a little circle around your microscopic character. I mean, for such a tiny character, they can jump pretty well. They're like an ant or whatever. Like what other animals that are like 10 times as strong as a typical animal by body weight. Even if you're small, you can still be strong. Alright, what other door do I copy? Well, Currently it's the only 6 available, so I probably just want to stick with that. Let's see, that's minus 12. So that would allow me to skip quite a few doors there. I actually like that idea. Yeah, it's a big circle. It's not like super tiny, huh? Okay. I feel like I should be able to skip enough just like this. I mean, I'm already spending a bunch on the purple. I'm gonna spend a bunch more on cyan as well. I feel like this has gotta have multiple solutions. But I could be proven wrong. Maybe it doesn't. I'm not sure what to copy here. So I had one extra... Oh, I guess I spent it already. It's gotta have multiple solutions. Unfortunately, I can't clone anything in here. Okay. If I do that, I can use the 2 6s and a 5 to get to 17. Ah, but yellow is not zeroed yet. White is not zeroed. Dang it. Ah, that's a bit of a problem. Yeah, it could be a spoiler, exactly. Yeah, I'm not necessarily asking if it has multiple solutions. It's just a feeling I've got that it's gonna have multiple solutions, but I could end up being proven wrong, of course. Definitely feels that way. Just a little ponder, exactly. Just pondering. Pondering the meaning of life amongst these many locks. Well, I technically did get enough to get more master keys. However, I might just find myself being screwed here. Man, you still have to spend a lot, though. Not sure if this is really going to work out for me. Because right now, I can't copy any of the numbers. Yeah, it's somewhat tricky. If I could copy that white door, that would actually help a lot. Because then I could master key these two up here. But then again, I might run out. Let's see. Let's try that. Let's see if that works. Copy that white door. Pick up 2 more. But I'm not going to be able to spend that 4. Can't find a 17th glide rate course for life me. Oh, that sucks. Why do you need 17, Carl? Oh, you're on the leaves in the wind one, aren't you? I think there's like 18 or 19. So there's probably not very many extras. Yeah, you're probably in I guess you're in the glide rings area, huh? So you gotta find a 17th one. Islands of Looking for Stuff has returned. So you don't have a star negative master. It's not sure whether you have multiple solutions. Yeah, for those obviously you do. Yeah, like this one could have multiple solutions or it could not. It's hard to say. Boy, it's kind of pretty hard to think about though. Was this the one you had trouble with or was it a different one? Which one did you have trouble with, B? I can't remember. Re-Zero. This is actually a pretty interesting puzzle. I'm not exactly sure how to work my way through this though. I feel like I'm going to need to get these positive master keys earlier because I'm running out. How do I make sure I get that stack earlier? I guess one way would be just to go through here. So say I pick the clone this twice. I think I already tried to do this. The problem is that zeroing white is really bad. Like, zeroing white wastes so much stuff. That's why I still feel like I want to go for this 3 first, actually. But I need to figure out how to get to that 4 at some point. If I don't get to that, I'm going to run out of master keys and I'm going to end up having to waste some. Star, negative master. I mean, I guess it depends on what counts as a different solution, right? Like, a solution where you're just counting, you're just multiplying the same doors over and over again, like, well, that doesn't really count as an actual different solution, right? Right, I see what's going on here. What would it take to get through here? I guess I could multiply this orange one then, so I'm not wasting this. Do this. Maybe that's what I should do for all of these. and as many of these as I can. Maybe I should copy the 6 2 times. I mean, it looks like these are stacks of 2. And then master key everything else of that color. That seems like it would be the ideal approach for most of these. Yeah, something I'm just gonna have to zero by opening every door ranked the normal way. Like this, for example. This here, I'm gonna copy twice. I mean, this seems like this is as far as optimizing goes, this is usually the best approach. One of these colors, it's not gonna work. Yeah, see, it already doesn't work for orange. Dang. For the once. It already doesn't work for orange. And if I'm going through purple, I can't do this twice either because I can't get through here then. Like, none of these paths have only like 3 doors. They're all kind of require 4 of something. This is hard. Yeah, these Omega levels are no joke. I was not expecting it to actually get much harder since the other area. But it certainly has. Well, it's something at least. Let's see. What would it take to get through here? 11. Still have the option of a few more copies. But I will need to get to 0, which means... 6. Yeah, I can't take the 6 twice now. It's pretty bad. We're copying this. Man, I do not know how you're supposed to necessarily logic something like this. I'm sure there's a way. There isn't always a way, but it feels like for this puzzle there very well could be a way to do that. You got stuck with this for a while? Yeah, it actually seems pretty difficult. I feel like there might be some way to get this to work out. 6, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, this is already, I think this is already screwed at this point. Because, yeah. I'm gonna have to be wasting a lot of keys at a lot of different places. Like, sure, that's a master there, whatever. That could be a master. Actually, yeah, I can zero this out now. Shouldn't have gone this way. I'll try to zero white next, if anyone's wondering. Trying to zero white next. Waste one of these. No, don't waste one of those. Maybe levels tend to be pretty difficult. Yeah, that seems to be how it be for pretty much every game, right? You solved it on your phone via screenshot the TC slide said you, but it's pretty hard, I see. So it seems like this is a common one that people find to be difficult. Yep, I can totally understand. Now what? I guess I'm gonna have to cancel a key. Yeah, you can already see that I have way too many still left over. I could have just picked up 2 there. I don't know why I didn't. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Why did I not just do this? Get this out of the way. Yeah, see, the problem is I don't really have anywhere good to spend this now. In fact, look at that. Every key is at 0. I've zeroed every color. But something tells me that I have more than however many master keys I'm carrying here left of doors. Yeah, by quite a decent margin. Huh, that's actually an interesting question yeah, 3 more. That's actually an interesting question, right? I'm gonna have to cancel one of these stacks out, right? Because I'm gonna pick up master keys just before getting the last pure key, and there's gonna be no more doors left. So actually, one of these 2 stacks can't be used. I have to literally cancel it. Ah, that's interesting. Okay. Which means it's probably gonna be like a final blank door left, right? That I cancel out. So I could really only copy 4 doors. I can only copy doors 4 times. The other ones had to be cancelled. Huh, I did not notice that until now. I mean, I could also just do fewer than that and cancel even more keys, but that was the thing I missed for way too long. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to help me, but at least it's good observation. Because I guess that does rule out a decent number of solutions, right? I can only copy 4 doors. That does rule out some solutions. Not sure how many. That's the point you got the first few seconds, I see. Interesting. Well, yeah, it'll depend on what people notice first, huh? Maybe that's actually supposed to be important then, to notice. Yeah, some people might see certain things earlier versus later, huh? Which is why that might be less of a struggle. Yeah, which one did you find hard B? I forget which one you said was difficult. Still feel like I want to pick one of these up early. Which door to copy? Which door to copy? Oh, 19. Okay. I'm not even at 9. I don't think I'm close to 19, right? I'm at like 12 or something. Yeah, not the tester levels. One of the Omega levels. Really? One of the Omega levels turned out to be really difficult. Huh, that's surprising. So those were like base game ones. What do I do with you, darn key? Oh, I'd love to just be able to copy one of these 6 doors twice. Oh, I'd love to be able to do that. I mean, didn't I say I could do that up here? 15, 9. Right, but no, I can't because that's not the right color. Like, none of these colors I don't think I can zero while just copying a 6 door twice, right? I'm looking at it, and none of them work out. All of them are going to require opening something besides an extra 3 door. Yeah, it's not the tester levels, it's the Omega levels, right? I know the remaining ones are supposedly Omega levels that were cut from the game. Let's just double check this logic. I cannot, during my first step, copy a 6 door twice. Let's see if I can prove that. Because copying 6 door twice means that the remaining doors have to add to 3. Here, they obviously don't. For pink, I can copy a 6 door twice. It doesn't have to be pink, I suppose. So it could be some other color. Maybe I should consider that. Oh, you know what? I could actually do that for pink. That's interesting. Pink, I can copy this twice. I can, like, go through here. Something better I can do with my pink doors, I wonder? Probably. Copy this once, maybe. Like, seriously, as I could actually dump several into here. And still be able to open my pink doors. Right, but I can't master key any of the pink doors, so no. I have to, one of the color I start with has to be done all just with basic. Ah, never mind. I forgot about this door. Crap. Right? No, I guess that's not true. I can copy the color. I just can't make sure there's no doors in the way. Darn it, I thought pink was gonna work. Alright, I'll spend a little bit more on this, and then we're going to a different level. So I think I've given this level its due time at the current moment. And perhaps when I'm laying down somewhere, I'll end up thinking of a strategy to figure this out. Or you never know. So often, like, I come back with to a puzzle later, and that'll make more sense. Either way, I think the 6 doors are the best copy targets. What does it currently require? I'm going to be wasting this 1 door, which isn't great, but oh well. Let's see. Do I want to try to copy anything else in the process of getting to 0 purple? Perhaps this cyan down here. Gives me 9. I think we're just high enough. I need 1 more still. Oh, okay. I only did 1, so actually I'm able to copy this. Just so I can get the 0 earlier. Now I can start getting these positive keys. Okay, this guess doesn't work, then I'm gonna probably move on to a different level. Yeah, this actually is the hardest world. I thought X was gonna be the hardest, but nope. In my opinion, this is actually the hardest world. Okay. Now what? I could still spend some there. And I don't want to pick those up yet. But yeah, now I'm out of copies, so I might already be screwed. Because I have to leave those 2 copies left over. And something tells me that I'm going to need to open more doors than this. 6, 11, 15, 18. Yeah, look at this. Like, for example, pink, I can't master any of these. For white, what about white? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And also white I can't do it. Yeah, so this already seems completely wrong. For cyan, I'll sure be able to do some. But, for orange, I'll be able to do 2. That's the best way I can get to 8, right? Yeah, it's just these 2 doors. But that already seems like it's not going to work, because I'm going to end up with way too many left. How many do I have to leave over, I wonder, for master keys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 total? It actually doesn't sound like that many, now that I think about it. Oh, 10, actually, because I start with 2. 10? So I have to master key 10 doors? 10 doors. That's quite a lot of doors. Yeah, I'll have to master key 10 doors. Which currently would be these 2, and I don't think I'm going to get the 10 doors at this rate. You know what, go here. Yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, I've only got 9 left. I mean, sure, I've spent a few master keys, but not that many. How strange. Yeah, I'm like, I'm already gonna have to spend a lot more. Wow, difficult. Okay, well, that's an interesting level. That one is quite a predicament. I haven't even looked at this one yet, but I mean, that one I could probably think of how I might do later. I am more curious right now of checking out these. The Omega levels that were cut from the game. Wait, really? They're actually scrolled levels? Wow. Interesting. So they actually so big that you have to scroll the screen. I did not expect that. Because so far we haven't really seen many scroll the screen levels outside of the Mega levels. Not the Omega levels, the Mega levels. So it's just key trading, but we have a lot of choices and a lot of potentially skippable doors. Yeah, now this really feels like key pick, doesn't it? But it's going to be a lot less annoying because I can actually run. ReZero was liking it at Omega level. Oh, really? You think so? I thought ReZero said it was contributed, though. Yeah, didn't ReZero said it was a tester level? Yeah, it's Love Math Boy, so it's... I don't think the Omega levels, I think, were all made by Watson. And that's not wrong. Oh, it's due to the file name. Really? So Watson was collaborating with people even with part 1? Huh, interesting. Okay, key trades logic. We've got to get to 3, so we've got a net gain twice. Where do we have net gains? 1 there, and 1 there. And I think that's it. So we're obviously going to have to get both of those net gain points. Both of them give me a pink, so that shouldn't be a problem. I'm just going to trade that out for the last pink. Let's see. Of required paths, where do I have expenditures of pink? And where am I going to gain pink at? We have a required net loss here, so let's mark that down. That's going to lose a pink no matter what. Thankfully, no master keys to think about this time. That certainly makes things easier. We're going to have a expenditure of -1 here no matter what. This loses a key. This gains a key. If you see gates at a level it can't be. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Of course, ReZero, yeah. ReZero didn't have any gates, right? It was just blank doors and master keys. But boy, that is a challenging master key based level. And a really cool concept, too. Very original. I was thinking, like, how do you really make more out of this? But they certainly found a way. You have to purposely spend these master keys, and it's really difficult to do. Like, that could have been like a World 2 Omega level or something. Alright. What do I start with? Just 1? Okay, that's not much. And where am I gaining this? Let's check my purple stock. Gain 1 there. Gain 1 here. Gain 1 here and here. So I potentially can gain 1, 2, 3, 4. Then spend 1 down to 3. Spend 1 down to 2. And gain 1 up to 3. Okay, yep, that seems pretty clear to me. Looking at my stock of things, I don't think I'm allowed to take any more pink doors besides what's literally required of me. Because that's 1, 2, 3 gains, 4 gains of pink. Then I'm required to spend 1 here to get down to 3. Required to spend 1 here on one of these paths to get down to 2. And then I gain up to 3 here. So you're not allowed. This one's not allowed. So I have to go down this bottom path. You aren't allowed. This is like a 1A on steroids. Yeah, this one's definitely a World 1 themed one. Oh, negative masters, right? I forgot about that. Duh, of course. Negative master keys, so that would have been like World 8 or something. Yeah, it seemed pretty difficult to be a World 2 Omega, but then again, the Omegas I think are supposed to be we're supposed to be accessed much later than everything else. You can't be taken. You can't be taken. This could be. This can't. Do I see any more pink doors sitting around? Wait, this is wrong. I can't take the bottom path. So I have to take this door, and I can't take either of these. I got that backwards. Cannot take either of those doors because we're not going to have a pink. So that door is now required. World blank Omega. What are you talking about, Shrugs? What says World blank Omega? You're talking about like World 2 Omega, World 3 Omega? It's something that was cut from the original game, Shrugs. It was, originally the game was going to have, like, these secret Omega levels in each world, but that was eventually cut from the game. So hopefully that explains it. But now I guess Watson, brought the cut Omega levels into the, full version. But yeah, that's what we're saying, is that originally each world was going to have a secret Omega, like, challenge level that you could only access after, getting the, Lens of Truth. Okay, that's our counting of pink. What if there's any other colors I should be concerned about here? Are there any other colors I should be concerned about actually calculating through? I'm not sure, to be honest. But at least this gives us a start. I guess I could just check every color. I guess it couldn't hurt. It might be faster just trying it, considering the size of this level. I could just check every single color. Well, let's see how far I get with that. If I check white, for example. It feels like there's a lot of white keys, though. Let's pick something smaller, like cyan. Cyan doesn't really have a whole lot of keys. What do we know about cyan? We know I have to spend one here, for example. I can't get this key here, but I have to spend one at this location. And this is the logic of key trades. Cool to actually use logic on these for once. I was wondering, how do you logic these out? And now I'm thinking about it, and I think this is how. I think this is how you actually logic out a key trades puzzle. I can't get this cyan, and I have to spend one here. The only other cyan key in the puzzle... I mean, also part of this is just looking, which is kind of annoying. Like, I almost missed this key up here. There's a key here, too. Okay, I do have two, so for now I haven't proven anything, but... I will only be able to open one cyan door, which isn't great. Okay. What about black? That seems to be the color with the next fewest keys. How many required black doors are there? Actually, I should look. Are any of these pink doors... Are any of these pink keys behind cyan doors? Doesn't look like it, does it? That one's not. This one's behind a black door, though. What do we have for black keys? Let's use black. I guess I should probably use a different color for each of these. And just use +1 or -1. Mark down any required gains and expenditure. This is how original Gath-Peak levels look like. Yeah, pretty similar. Except I remember the ones that Keypick, the ones that Keypick 100 had, I think, fewer like branches. Also, one thing that's interesting about this logic is that you also can't have extra keys, right? So any path that gives you extra keys is also out. But I don't know if I'm gonna be dealing with extra keys right now because I do have a few extra doors. This is the required -1 on black. I do have +1s here and here, which I don't require necessarily, but I should note them down so I can see them easier. Black, black, and black. I required -1 black here. Another black key. I acquired -1 here. I acquired +1 here. I actually do have quite a few extra blacks. Yeah, Keeping X is a remake of the Gath-Peak Door levels, yeah. They weren't literally the same puzzles, were they, B? Were they actually the same levels, or was it just similar in style? Yeah, looking at this, I'm required to gain 1 key here, spend 1 key here, required to gain a key and spend a key there. So I have quite a lot of extra black keys, and I can't pick up most of these. The only remaining black door that I can hit is this one. Here. Which means that, like, if I only have 2 more black doors, I guess I have 3. Like, if I only have 3 black doors that I can actually access, that means I can only pick up at most 3 black keys. That's how this logic works for this. So I'm required to I have to pick up exactly, I guess, or not exactly. I have to pick 3 black keys or fewer. I'm required to get this key. I'm required to get this key, which means I'm only allowed to get 1 more black key through the entire puzzle. Which means that this path is out and we go through here. Because there's 2 black keys on this path. We have to come through this section. Which means every door in this section is required. It has the same solution but somehow reduces some gates. Oh, really? Interesting. This path is absolutely required. I think that's a given. I do have one extra black key I can pick up somewhere. I don't know where it is yet. But I can still pick up 1 black key. What's the deal with cyan? Did I ever decide anything about cyan? I'm required to get this cyan key. Not required to get this one. But I could, so I don't really know much about cyan yet. Now, counting any of these other ones is going to be a royal pain in the neck. Like, there's so many white keys and stuff. But I mean, the fact that I'm required to go through here might tell me something. Not entirely sure, though. Huh, it's funny. This key can technically be skipped. Well, then again, I guess no it can't, because that would just be a net loss, so... We're not actually skipping any of these keys down here, either. These keys, I guess, are required to be collected, because I will have to come into this chamber. You gaze at the horizon, some doors are like, choose 1 and 2, and you can actually jump over a door. So you can even cheese it. That's great. You can cheese it. Is it worth thinking about any of these other colors? Like, is purple going to be a problem, for example? I have to spend 2 purple doors here. Spend 2 purple doors, yes. That makes total sense. I have to open 1 purple door here. Oh, there's actually a lot of purple spend. Holy crap. Like, look at this. I have to spend a purple here. And here. I don't have to spend a purple there. I have to spend a purple here. And here. And here, I have to spend at least 5 purples through this entire section. And there's no net gain of purple because I can't access this key at all. So I have to be able to net gain 5 purple keys somehow throughout this entire process. How is that going to happen? That's a purple key there. How am I going to net gain 5 purple keys? Uh-oh, that's going to be tricky. Let's see. Oh, there's another loss here. And another loss here. That's a total required loss of 7 so far, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7? Really? That tells me I might have messed up the logic. Can I really gain 7 purple keys? Seems very unlikely. But I guess I haven't ruled it out entirely. Let's see what the best I can do is. Ignoring every other non-required purple door. Can I somehow gain 7 purple keys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can gain 5 there, potentially. I can gain 1 in this section. Exactly 1. And I can gain 1 here, I guess. Did I miss any purples? I don't think I missed any purple keys. Yeah, that's 1. 2, this is all counts as 1 because in order to get a key, the second key, I'd have to spend a key. So this is plus 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are there any other purple keys anywhere that I missed? I can't grab this one. Wow, okay. That seems to be quite significant if that's the case. So that blocks off all of these. Yeah, that blocks off every single purple door that's not required now. That blocks this off. Like, at this point, once I get rid of all the branching paths, I think I'll be good. Like, if I can get rid of every branching path, I think the solution would be pretty obvious from that point. So let's say I block all these off, right? I don't think I need these -1s anymore. So I think at this point, the purple logic is pretty much done. Maybe I should put those, though, because those are required paths, so I probably actually should note those down still. So maybe I better not erase those just yet. I use the numbers to mark down what I absolutely have to do. I don't know what I'm doing over here necessarily, but... That blocks all that off. Did I miss any purple doors anywhere? Yeah, I missed this one, so you're also X'd out now. Bye-bye. I lost quite a few black keys in the process. I lost this black key. I lost this black key. You're gone. Yeah, look how many black keys I lost in the process of doing that. Wow. That seemed like a pretty productive step. So, back to black, I suppose. What do we know about black keys now? This black key is still accessible. This one's not. This one's not. That is. 1, 2. That's 2 black keys. We have this black door here. We have this black door here. We have this black door here. Those are all required, right? That's required, that's required. Actually, this one's not required necessarily. These two are, though. So if I need a third black key, I suppose I could grab one of these. But only one. I could only grab one key here. But as far as I can tell, yeah. Do I grab this black key, in fact? I guess I could also grab this one, so that doesn't tell me a whole lot yet. So I do have 2 acquired black keys and 2 acquired black doors, but so far I don't see any more. But if I were to choose another black key, I'm restricted to 3 options now. Is that what could be hard to optimize? Maybe. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw this in the solver anyways. I think the solver usually does a pretty good job of key trades. Like, key trades are usually no problem whatsoever for the solver. It'll spit out a solution in like 1 second. And then from there I can like reorder a few steps. That's usually what I do. It's just kind of go through and reorder things. Okay, so this is a required cyan now because the other 2 paths are cut off. So we have a required cyan down here. That's not required at the moment. Actually it is, never mind. That is a required cyan. Because now I have to go through the top path. That's required, that's required, that's required. So that's 1, 2 cyan, 1 cyan here, 1 cyan here. I don't think I could take either of these then. I don't think I can take these cyan doors. Did I miss a cyan key? This one's inaccessible. I don't see any more cyan keys in the puzzle besides these 2 and that one, which I can't reach. And I am required to spend one here, and I am required to spend one here now. So yeah, that excludes these. You're out and you're out. So far, nothing's broken, so that's good. I've not gone to like some kind of logical contradiction, which is a relief, because if I did, then I'm going to be really sad. This black key is required, in fact, so I think that answers black, actually. So now I'm required to pick this up, and I'm required to pick this up, and I'm required to pick this up. That's 3 black keys, and I only have 3 black doors that I can actually reach at this point. I think, right? Did I X any out by accident? I don't think so. Yeah, because I can't reach this door at all. So yeah, I think that determines it. We don't grab this key, so we don't open this. We do not open this door either. I think you can actually logically solve this, which is surprising. Like, I think there's really only one solution, so it might actually be pretty easy to optimize. It's, as far as I'm seeing, there really only seems to be one solution. Like, it seems to be leaning towards that, at least. Yeah, that's my black key. I can't pick either of these up. And I have to open this door as well. So this is also a required door now, because I need to spin my 3rd black. Yeah, it really seems to be leaning towards that. Like, at this point, I've solved almost everything except orange and white. But, I mean, I wonder if it's even worth it to solve orange and white. I guess it's just a bit of counting. It's not the worst, right? It's just a bit of counting. I don't think I need these anymore, do I? I guess that tells me required pass, so I better put that there. Okay. We've solved every color now except orange and white, I guess. What do we know about orange and white so far, after all this is done? Which color do I pick first? Which color do I choose first? Let's pick orange. Orange is very colorful, right? Y'all love orange. Like, I could just guess my way through at this point, but considering the size of this puzzle, I think I'd rather do it logically anyway. It's more fun that way. We'll do it the cool way. Okay, what is required of me so far? required -1 there. I have to open this and this. I wonder how I'm reaching this. Not sure yet. That's required to open. This is required to open. I mean, yeah, do I really even need to count at this point? Like, I've almost reached, like, this, I've almost ruled out every single path. Like, I know I'm going through here. I know I'm going through here. That just leaves, like, a few of these open in the air. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I will try it. Maybe I will try. Because I know what's required now. Let's see how things go. If it fails, then I might try to resort to counting anyways. So one thing I know about these is that I think it's usually strictly better to get rid of, in any required path, I think it's strictly better to cycle out any keys that match, right? In fact, actually, were there any whites that I could cycle out? Yeah, I could cycle out a white up here. Yeah, I think in this kind of puzzle, that's always better. I'm trying to think if there's a reason it wouldn't be. I don't think so. I think that's just straight up key trades logic. It's always better to get rid of a door where there's a matching key behind it, whenever it's available. Assuming you have to take that path, right? If you don't have to take that path, then it could be the case you need to come through the back and skip this door. But I can't, so I'll take this. This path I can't take through the back, so it's definitely better to get rid of the. It's better to get rid of this first. Yeah, that was taught at 1.5. Yeah, I mean it was taught at 1.5, but it doesn't come up that often, does it, Shrugs? Like, after World 1, I feel like that kind of logic, like, kind of disappeared for a while, but now it's kind of making a resurgence in this puzzle. Like, that kind of logic actually, has actually come back. Yeah, the from the back exception, exactly. The from the back exception is a important part of it. Okay, what do I do with my orange now? I don't pick up a purple yet, I don't think. I think I need to pick up white first. And, like, this is strictly better because that's a cycle. Okay, now what's our next step? What do I need to accomplish first here, I wonder? Pink can wait. I think purple is what I need to focus on at the beginning. But first I need to work my way to the purple doors, right? The alternative access, yeah. From the back. I mean, I call it, like, from the back because, like, in my solver, I have, like, a front and a back side. But yeah, alternative access. That's what I do. I was doing counting for big levels, yeah. Yeah, like, I'm glad I did some logic here. The counting, I feel like, was gonna be necessary, and yeah, it turned out to be pretty effective. I think now I can start to get rid of the cyan key. It should be fine. Let's see. Like, I'm not sure I've entirely generalized the idea of the key trades puzzle. Like, if there's some kind of logic you can do to, like, even while you're solving it, to choose, like, the correct order of things, but I mean, most of the places there's a cycle, you want to take that cycle, but it's not always the case. Like, sometimes you need to keep a cyclical trade around, like this one, for example. Like, orange to white and then white to orange. Well, sometimes you don't necessarily want to get rid of that right away because you might need to keep that trading option around so that you can get rid of a one cycle. However, one cycles never, I don't think, ever help unless you have, like, blank doors or something. Yeah, in key trades, I don't think one cycles ever help. Interesting. I actually have to take this bottom path now. So this cyclical trade I think is fine. Like, purple really doesn't give me much, and I have plenty of purple keys around. Okay, now I have orange. I would like the net gain soon. If I don't get a net gain, I think I'm going to find myself in trouble. Okay, where do I have white keys? I'm kind of short on white at the moment. Yeah, like, this up here is gross, actually. Look at this key. I'm not going to be using the cyan until all the way over here. So I think I'd rather go here first. Except look at this black. What am I using this black for now? Here, I guess? Ooh, this is actually kind of gross situation. White is actually in kind of a bad spot. Kind of in a bad spot. I mean, I can get one more white here. And how am I getting a white after that? I might need to count white then. White actually might be the bigger problem than orange. I mean, I don't think I necessarily need to count though, because I know what moves I need to make pretty much. It's just I don't know the order in which they happen. Oh, there was an orange cycle right here. Interesting. Like, I know the moves I need to make, I just don't know the order. At some point I need to cycle this white out though, and I might not have lost my ability to do that. How's the pinks? Oh, you know what? Here's an idea. I can spend this pink key up here to get a white. That might help. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. If I do this, I have a white key now, and I can cycle out this, Oh, wait, I don't want to cycle that. I don't want to get this now. How am I getting all these white keys? How actually am I getting all these white keys? Yeah, like, I don't think there's any alternative choices now. I know exactly what paths I need to take. Okay, where are all my white keys that I'm getting? Maybe I should check white, because I'm starting to have a trouble of seeing how I'm going to keep a positive white balance around. I gained 2 white keys here. I guess some of this is going to be gotten later when I get purple or whatever, right? But I wanted to get an orange key at this point. Can I still do that somehow? Can I still get a purple? Can I still get an orange key to get through here at some point? Not necessarily. I guess you know what a thing I should have done also is focused on the critical path first. That usually seems to be a good idea for these. Is to focus on the critical path. But yeah, either way, I think I got myself stuck. So this is our critical path here. Or if I should label those. Nah, it's pretty obvious to see what the critical path is. I probably should focus on the critical path, because that's going to be important for actually making it through. Cycle that, cycle that. Once I get this cyan, I do get to get an orange from that, so that's pretty good. Like, purple is not really necessary right now. Man, I'm so glad you could run in this game. That was so much of a pain if you couldn't. But yeah, these Omega levels are not messing around. This is actually pretty challenging. Yeah, I can't just pick up a black right now because I don't have anything useful I can get out of that. Yeah, this black key sucks. What am I spending this? Just get a pink? That's not very helpful. Where am I spending this darn black key? Like, I think I'm going to have to net gain first, because if I don't, I'm not going to get through this white door. What? Excuse me? How am I spending this black key and getting anything useful done? Maybe I should have gone for this. Oh, you know what? I probably should go up here first. I bet you that's a mistake I'm making. If I go up there first, I think it actually helps. Okay, that's fine. Well, I would need to undo that. Okay, don't pick up that cyan yet. Let's say I didn't do that, and instead I went up top first. This is insane. Like, seriously, what? It's just a giant key trades nightmare. Orange. Now I can get a purple for an orange, and I also get a pink in the process. And I can even trade that pink for a white over here, which will give me a lot more keys to work with, and I think will just make things a lot nicer. Are there any critical path purples? This one, and then... no, not really. Maybe I shouldn't get that white yet. Okay, let's go for... What do I choose? I have so many choices. Let's go for that one. There's probably a few solutions to this, but the order is probably indeterminate. But I think the paths, those definitely seem logically sound. Like I had to do that specific combination. So I don't have to come through here, which gets me through here. Ideally, at some point I'd like to cycle this, because I will have to come through here. Like, I think I could prove this part now, right? Because I'm forced to come through here, so I can't open this. That's out of the question. And I'm forced to get this purple key here. Like that, right? Who knew the keys and doors had so much logic to them? Like, I can do that. Now I can trade this for this. And now if I get that pink key, I can actually get a useful key out of it. Problem is, I still can't get in there, which is not great. Can I somehow finagle my way to be able to get inside that room? Not if I don't have a way to spend the cyan key, which I won't for a good while. That decision might have screwed me, actually. I mean, did I have a choice of skipping this? I guess kind of. I didn't really necessarily need to come up here, but then again, that net gain is up there. I feel like I'd want that pretty early. Yeah, that could spin a blue for an orange, but am I really going to be able to get through all this? I'm not entirely convinced, to be honest. Okay, these are equivalent, so it doesn't matter which one I get. Do I have a pink? Not yet. Do not have a pink yet. What? And to send me all the way back there? That's what they can be annoying in the undo system, huh? Is when you go way back because you took a big journey and then right at the end you screwed up and opened a door. If I can get to that black door, that would be great right now. Because I could actually get a useful key back. Okay, what am I carrying now? Black and white. That's it. I don't want to pick up that science. I don't have anything useful to do with it, so I'm kind of stuck with this now. This is orange. I want to try to do something with this orange, or should I just go straight through? It feels like I just want to go straight through, to be honest. And then I have this purple door that I want to open, and then I can finally get access to my black door. If I can just get one more step with this white key. Is it orange? And there's a purple here. And then I can go through here. Open this, get an orange. Open this, get a white. Ah, that seems pretty promising. Yeah, I like this, because now I have two actual useful keys for getting through the rest of this. I'm gonna lose one when I get that cyan. Well, that's not even true, because now I actually have something useful to do with some of these. How do I get another pink key? Here, I guess. I guess I'm gonna have to get the cyan key now. I'd rather not. I don't really have a choice. It has to happen at some point. But if I can get a pink key, I can spend that cyan. If I can get a pink key, I feel like that can't be that hard to do. Yeah, in fact, I think I can do it like this. Open this. Then come down and open this. We have a purple key now, which I can spend to get a pink key up here. And then I should be able to spend that cyan key. I'm actually really short on trades now, though, which is a bit scary. I have not really gone through this path whatsoever. That's a bit concerning. Okay, there's a strict gate here. Just go through that cycle now. Oh, and I also go through this cycle too, since I'm carrying an orange key. Go through that cycle. Okay, we've worked through most of our doors. What about this next part, though? Okay, I can cycle through here. Do I have anything more useful that can be gained? I need to gain that purple key. Before I got to spend this purple key, should I have gone through there? No, because then I can't get another one. Okay, I can actually gain a purple key up there. You know what? I think I need to get rid of that. I think I need to take care of that early. I think I need to go through here, and I need to take care of this early. Oh, this is gonna suck if it doesn't work. But I'm seeing a few scary spots. Like, this over here seems really concerning, so I think I need to take care of that now. The pink keys can kind of be left for the end. They're the last doors. I still have one of each actual, like, important color. Orange. I think orange is a bit stuck. Yeah, Yeah, I need to leave something left over. What orange door should I have left? Maybe that one? Maybe that one. If I can get a purple key with just white, then sure. Yes, I can actually. Goes up, of course. Yeah, we had a bit of an issue with the orange there, but I think we're good. I did leave it. Yeah, I did leave an orange door behind to spend on. Yeah, at least some of these walks are long, too. I don't know if the silver's really going to count for that very well. Cycle U. Sure. Trade that after the purple now. This side's done. And I think the last purple just gives us our last pink. Yeah, it sure does. That is certainly 3 pink keys. Yes, it is. Wow, what kind of nightmare maze was that? But I did it. Wow. What a level. You know, that was actually really cool, despite key trades kind of being an annoying, GG thanks. Being annoying, like, archetype of type. Yeah, thanks for the GGs, Carl. That was certainly something, wasn't it? So, which one was... I'm trying to remember which one was difficult. 18? 19. Okay, so the last one of these was apparently difficult for B. I guess we'll see what I'm in for. True elimination. Oh, okay, it's literally just logic. I can do logic. This should be easy. So it's literally just elimination arrow, but on steroids. Hard mode steroids. Yeah, it's looking pretty buff, I gotta say. Okay, it's literally just logic. I like how they mix up the door colors just to like make it pretty. 19 was difficult to write about. Okay, so 19 seems like it's gonna be a bit tricky. This here seems like a problem. There's blank doors here. Let me just check my key totals. 9, 14, 21, 28, 31, 34, 36. 36 keys, and I'm gonna guess we have 36 doors. 3 times 12. Yep, 36. So no master keying either of these, that's for sure. Whoops, go away, Discord. No master keying either of these doors, that's for sure. I'm gonna have to zero something at this point. It's kind of annoying to scroll back and forth. You know what? I've got an idea. Wait, never mind. I have a PDA. I could just check key colors like this. I was thinking of writing down my key totals. In fact, I think I will anyways. Because pulling this up every time is going to be annoying. I'm going to write this here so I can see the entire puzzle state at the same time. 2 cyan. 2 black. And stone doesn't matter. 9 master keys. You're gonna be at the end. 7 red. 7 red. That's quite a lot of red. That is for sure. And a lot of this red has 3 in a row, so I suspect that's a good starting point for the logic. 7 blue. I can only imagine what your dock looks like for some of these puzzles. Oh man. I'm glad you're logicking these out and I don't have to, because some of these look like a nightmare to try to reason about. I mean, sometimes I come back to a puzzle the second time and I see that the logic was a lot simpler than I'm making it out to be, but at the same time, some of these seem like a real nightmare. Alright. I think we've got a good starting point for the logic here with the red. Red, red, red. What do we know about red? I have to get rid of 7. So I have to take this, of course. So this path is a yes. Your section on Kita's masterpiece isn't even finished. Wow, okay. His masterpieces must be certainly something. Where do I put the check mark? Ah, just put it there or something. Yeah, Pi's working on logic writing for all the puzzles. Okay, so that path is taken. That's a yes. Maybe I should just start subtracting numbers then. So we're gonna have 6 red, unallocated red. These are gonna be all the unallocated keys. That path is a yes, which means we need to get to 0 pink. We need to get to 0 pink first. So we lose 1 here, so we have to take this path up here. I'm gonna use a brighter green. You know what? Let's use that. Let's use the cornea damaging green. I feel like it sticks out a bit more to me. Okay, so we do take that path. Actually, you know what? Let's see if I can pick a different color. Maybe yellow? Yeah, we'll go with yellow, I guess. With the black outline, it's a lot easier to see. Yeah, there's definitely logic, but not up to all the details. I mean, you could, like, say, like... I mean, that's what I did with some of them. Well, yeah, don't say what the cheese is, but I already know there's cheese to that puzzle. Carl already talked about it. But don't say what the cheese is, because that obviously would kind of give it away. But yeah, I mean, you could just, like, logic it and then say, well, just don't use this cheese solution. And then you can logic about it that way. I mean, that's what I did for some of the puzzles, right? I basically pretended the cheese didn't exist and logicked out the rest of the puzzle to see, like, what was the intended path of logic here? But obviously then I did like a separate discussion for like, well, if you take the cheese, then you could just do it this way. But yeah, don't... Oh, that's the case. You're already done. Oh, so you mean you're like ignoring the cheese? So you've already did the logic without the cheese. Okay. I mean, it's up to you, right? Like, it's up to you whether you want to try to logic it out with the cheese or not. I mean, obviously for speedrunning, it might help. But... I tried to talk about both. Like, what if there's cheese or what if there isn't? Then you can just kind of logic about it this way versus that way. Okay. That would spend all our black. Actually, wait. This path isn't required. What am I doing? I can just take the double path. Okay. So either have to take this or both of these. Okay, so never mind. That's not quite proven just yet. So either I take the top path, or I take the bottom path, and take this path. Okay, well, either way, I'm spending a black. Oh, yeah, there's also master keys here. I gotta be careful of that. There's also master keys. Did you do the cheese solution? Yeah. I guess Phi hasn't done the cheese yet, huh? I assume the cheese is, like, public knowledge in the, community now? Oh, there's master keys. I forgot about that. That's gonna change things. Because now I could technically, for example, take 2 master keys and take a different path here. Uh-oh. Well, I may try to optimize. Because for one, zeroing out cyan is really bad. Because I have to spend 3 master keys to do so. Something tells me that's not what I'm supposed to do. I should just zero out pink instead. Okay, what else can I determine here? Yeah, like I don't necessarily have to take this path because I can master key 2 of these doors. You did the slightly less intended, not quite cheese solution, eh? Slightly less intended. I like that. Slightly less intended. Oh wow, so a lot of people cheesed parts of Keena's masterpiece. Interesting. I wonder what I'm gonna come up with. I wonder what solution I'll come up with. Check the something and a something collection. Apparently a lot of people found alternate solutions. Who knows what I'm gonna come up with? Oh boy. The master keys actually really messed this up. How did I do this when I did 2A, I wonder? Like, I kind of tried to optimize, but it won't necessarily work here because there's, like, other door types that depend on whether or not I use master keys or not. So, that really doesn't help. Let's see, do I have any particularly low numbers? I do have pink. Pink is exceptionally low, in fact. Pink is an exceptionally low number. So, we know that... I guess I should mark at least which doors I can't open. That'll at least tell me something. For example, I could already see that I spent 1 pink here and 1 pink here. So I can't open this door. No matter what, I can't open this door the normal way. I can't open this door the normal way. I can't open this door the normal way. Or either of these. Checked it from my video. Oh, so you did share your video? Nice. Okay. So there is some kind of cheese. I hope I can find the intended solution. I feel like I like finding the intended way to do things, but... I mean, if I cheese that puzzle, I suppose someone could always tell me, like, what not to do, so I can actually try to find the real solution, because I feel like that's going to be more fun anyways. So try to find the actual, like, legit solution. I can't open this door the legit way either, because I can't master key this. So I can't spend a pink here, actually. Because I still have one left over. You don't even know what the intended solution is? Someone probably does, right? I'm sure someone knows what the intended solution is. Just by looking at it, you can see what they had in mind. If not, then I'll try to figure out what the developer had in mind, but it's probably not that hard to figure out. So I have a lot of doors that I can't open with pink. Unfortunately, none of those are actually required to be open, so I can't necessarily say if any master keys are used there. Yeah, I can't even say if any master keys are used necessarily on these pink doors. I mean, I know one master key goes to this section, but that's not really telling me much. And we got some Route 3, you don't know which one considered the intended? Yeah. As I said, there's usually you can tell. I feel like usually you can tell, like, if there's a solution that just ignores certain things, then it's probably not intended. Like, usually in this game, right, if there's something you could skip, that means you have to skip it, right? Like, if there's usually, like, extra, keys, and you have a solution that doesn't get the extra keys, and a solution that does get the extra keys, then it's probably the one that does get the extra keys is intended, right? Because that's usually how it works in this game. Though sometimes they might just put extra keys for convenience. In that case, it's just an alternate solution, right? But I know for some, like, it skips way too many keys, and then there's a solution that gets all the keys. And it's pretty clear, I think, that in that case, the get all the keys solution was what the developer had in mind. Alright, let's see here. I feel like I haven't really gotten much anywhere. Oh, do I have anything with black yet? No, because black is black can be skipped in so many ways. Wow, this logic is actually pretty difficult. I feel like I do know a thing or two about blue, maybe? There's at least 2 blue cement here. Yeah, that doesn't tell me much. I mean, if I could at least figure out what keys, maybe what colors the master keys go to, I can start ruling things out. Like, I'll start listing out a bunch of X's so that I can see what, I'll use these X's to note which colors I'm master keying. 7, 8, 9. It's like, it's not necessarily what door I master key that matters, it's the color, right? That's how it works in this puzzle. So really, the master key logic is not determining which doors to master key, but which colors to spend master keys on. And I do know that at least one master is just being regular master, so that X is staying yellow. But can I even figure out what other color I need to master key? Not really, if there's this many doors. Still, black is gonna have to be zeroed. I think I determined that one goes to red, right? Well, that's not necessarily true. I can just skip one of these 3s. No, I can't. I have to spend exactly 6. I mean, I could just take the bottom path, so no, I don't know if a master key is spin on red yet. What about this section? Do these blank doors tell me anything? I could blank pink just fine, but then I'd have to spend a master on pink if I do that. So if I take this blank door, I'm for sure master keying this door. What if I take the cyan door instead? Then I'm spending 3 master keys on all these doors. It seems terrible. I mean, that seems really bad. I don't think I want to spend 3 master keys just zeroing cyan. But at the same time, I have to zero cyan. I actually have to take this path right here. Because if I don't, I'm not going to have enough cyan doors. I have to get 3 cyan doors, and I guess this path is required. So that takes out one of the X's as yellow. Maybe I should have, like, put these... I don't know. Do I have a color I'm not using? Not really. Brown, I guess? Yeah, I guess I'll go with brown. So that's 2 master keys spent on master doors already. Because I have to take that top path. At least be 7 more. So I don't really need this then, because I'm just using the X's to keep track of the colors. And I have to take this path up here. Now, what does that tell me? That'll tell me I take either of these, basically, but or potentially both and just master key one of them. Yeah, I'm spending a master key either here or here. I don't know which one, but I am spending one there. Potentially two. Jeez. something 99. I like how it's just a random number 99 there in your thing. 99. Well, this game certainly does seem to like doing 99 of stuff. Okay, that's, I guess, actually useful because I know this path is not taken then. Not only do I know this path is taken, but this one is not. You are not taken. Aleph, not. Okay, what else do I know? What color do I look at next? I got black, so it's not helping. What about blue? Still so many doors. So many doors. Like, black still has lots of ways to spend, too. So I can't really say much about if any of these paths are required or not. I know either one of these is taken, but I don't know which one yet. I think I decided I can't open this, right? I can't open this. Why? Because I have to spend 2 pink just getting through here. So either we're spending a master key on this, or spending a master key on this. I guess I'll just leave that as like a unknown for now. So this one's either or. We don't know which one yet. We're either spending a master key getting this cyan door, or spending 2, I guess 2, or we're spending 1 to get this cyan door. I mean, should I start using that logic? Like, which path is strictly better? I mean, I guess I could. I don't know if I should be using that kind of logic, though. Like, so far, this path seems strictly better. Because this path always spends master, whereas this path can, spend master keys, or it can, spend colors. The only problem is that the alternate path I might want to use in each case, right? So it's not like I can just use that logic now. 99 again, huh? 99. Yeah, that type of logic really doesn't seem to be helping much. Because the alternate path could be better in either case. Let's see. We could just start guessing. Should I guess? Somehow I feel like guessing is not a good idea. Like, I would also like to know, like, what am I going to be short on? Like, if I'm taking all this red... Actually, I guess that's something. Never mind. I guess we do have something after all. I have to get 6 red, and if I take away these 3, then actually that does tell me quite a bit about the paths I made. This path is required. Oh, I didn't see that earlier. That's actually pretty obvious. Yeah, only 200,048. I mean, surely I could guess the one... I mean, that's the thing. If there's almost certainly one correct solution, right? Which means not only do I have to guess the correct sequence of paths, I also have to correctly guess which colors need the master key. So it's probably way more than 2048. Just guessing randomly, I think it would be exceptionally unlikely to work. So yeah, I actually need to take these 2. I don't need to take this one, but I do need to take these 2 paths. Because I do need to spend 6, and that's the only way to do that now. Ah, that's actually helpful. Finally, we're getting somewhere. These 2 paths are excluded. Which means this doesn't matter anymore. Alright. I finally ruled out some paths and getting somewhere. Yeah, I guess you're right. Never mind. I guess you're right, Carl. You could just, once you get to 0, then you start using master keys. Yep, good point. Yeah, does that work? Yeah, I guess it does, huh? I guess if you do just only use a master key when you have 0 of a certain color, yeah, I guess that actually does work as a strategy, huh? So you don't have to guess, you can just use that kind of logic. If you happen to guess the right combination of paths. But I don't think I would prefer not to guess if I can. Alright. How am I doing on my supply of blue doors? Like, can I skip either of these paths? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I definitely can. What did I lose? I lost some white doors, actually. I lost quite a few white doors in the process. You know, I need to differentiate this X color, so I'm gonna use yellow X's to say I would need to master key this door, although it's not necessarily part of the solution, but at least tells me that I can't spend a color there. Alright, now I actually do want to might need to make this green. Alright, I guess we'll just go with the lame-looking green. I guess I'll just go with this green, because now the yellows are starting to get distracting. I don't know why, but this 3 out of 10 puzzle with IOI is being way too hard. Is it, I'm guessing it's viewpoints, Carl? If it's viewpoints, then it totally makes sense, because that's viewpoint arrows for you. That's just what they do. Freaking viewpoint arrows. I don't know why that mechanic bends my mind so hard. I feel like also any of the rules that say, like, you don't do X to number of tiles in a row are also really annoying for some reason. Like, those always take me way too longer to solve than they should. It's all dark regions of Area 3 and all light regions. Oh yeah, that sounds like it should be pretty easy. Interesting. I wonder which one you found. Oh, by the way, I found out in IOI that there actually aren't an infinite number of puzzles for most types. It's just a very large pool, so they're not actually randomly generated. There's just literally a pool of, like, I think like 2,000 something puzzles that it pulls from. The armillary rings and these sky drops actually are random though, because those aren't in the puzzle list. So I take that to mean that the armillary rings and sky drops are actually randomly generated, and the rest aren't. They're just pulled from a predetermined pool at random. So technically, I could find the puzzle you just got eventually. In fact, I might log on tonight. Maybe I'll find it. I assume you're in Area 5 somewhere, so maybe I'll find that one. All right. Anyways. Yep, I still have all my options open for black, unfortunately. All I really lost is, like, ways to spend white. Which I didn't really care. Like, is it hard to spend white? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not really. 8. Yeah, I still have 8 places to spend that. But I guess maybe I should focus on this. Like, I do have to... Oh, I have to take this path anyways. I do have to zero one of those. That's a strict requirement. Master keys are not bypassing that. I must zero a color, so I feel like that severely limits my options. I must zero a color. So rather, I must take this path, the top one, to zero cyan, and then take the bottom path here. Or... what I have to do is zero pink, which is going to require at this point... I can still take either this and this, or I could take this and this. So I still have a decent number of options, but that does limit the number of white ones I can pick up, right? Like here, I can only pick up one of these 2 doors, because I have to take either this, or I have to take these 2. And that's my 2 pink. Or for cyan... well, I guess I could, if I do a cyan, then I could just skip one of these. Darn. Yeah, for cyan, I'd have to take this. I would have to take this path here, which means I can't get this white door, but I could still get 2 here. Darn it! Where could the next step possibly be? Where could the next step possibly be? How could this possibly go wrong? What's it even from? Just quote randomly popped in my head. I bet you that was a freaking Bubsy. I love that character. Let's see, there's 1 expenditure of blue here. There's 1 here. Like, surely I can't take both of these paths. I mean, I guess I could, but it'd be really wasteful. Could I also ignore both? Did I decide that? Could I ignore both of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I guess I can. Can't technically ignore both of those. Jeez, it's 8 o'clock already? Okay, yeah, what was I thinking that I was actually gonna be able to finish this Omega World today? I was thinking that it was gonna be as easy as the rest of the puzzles, but the Omega puzzles are a bit more hardcore than I was expecting. Just a bit. Yeah, just slightly. I mean, it might help me, honestly, to take a guess and to see where it leads. Because I want to see, like, which color is a problem right now. I can't really tell which color even should be looking at next. Yeah, I guess what I'm having a hard time deciding is what color to look at next. But taking a guess, honestly, might help. Might help me at least decide where to go in the logic next. So right now, I think I'd like to preferably zero black using this. But then again, who knows? Either way, I'm gonna think I'm gonna have to use a master key somewhere to do it. Like, I know I could zero cyan, but it feels like zeroing this is easier. Ah, interesting. If I zero black there, I'm forced to use a master key on this. Because, interesting, okay. Let's see if that's relevant at all. If we look at this again. If I take this path, I'm gonna have one pink key, which means I'll have to take this one. Well, I guess I should have just done that anyways. Why did I not just do that to begin with? Take this, take that. Why did I not just do that? Ah, that's why, because it doesn't zero pink. It should have though, right? Why did that not zero pink? So I have 3 total? Oh, I have 3 pink keys. Ah, that was my problem. I forgot. Yep, good thing I checked. I forgot that this was actually 3, and I subtracted it down to 2 because I allocated 1. Whoops. Good thing I checked. In fact, I probably should just put all those at their base values anyway, because the allocation thing didn't necessarily work as well as I was hoping. I guess one thing I could do is mark down where the allocated keys went, right? Like, 1 went here. Where did my allocated red go to? I should have 7 red total. So, I guess that's a problem, right? I don't know where the red went. Well, I guess actually, what I remember now is 1 floating red. 3 go here, and 3 go here. So I'm gonna use numbers to mark down where all my already allocated keys went. I already know I've allocated 3 there and 3 there, so now I have 1 floating red key that I don't necessarily... Actually, no, it has to go here. Because this path can't be taken. Why did I decide that these 2 had to be the reds, I wonder? Why not this one? Ah, because this one was forced. Gotcha. So red is done, actually. Yep, this is why I guess. Sometimes it really helps me to just do something to realize where I made a mistake. It actually helps in Baba, and it's helping in this one, too. Yeah, so I have 2 remaining pinks, and 1 already allocated pink allocated to some door on that right side. Cyan. I have 2 allocated cyan here. And at least 1 left to go somewhere. Okay. Black I've done nothing with. White I've also done nothing with at the moment. So allocated pink, and allocated cyan, unallocated black. Yeah, blue. Have I done anything with blue? I allocated 1 to this spot. This leaves me with 6 more to spend. Right, okay. That definitely feels good. Okay. That means if there's an allocation of this red door here, that means I have to take this path here. Yep, I think things are going to start making a bit more sense soon. This path is excluded. You are not allowed. So this allocation is actually right here. Okay, that also means I have to zero pink then instead. So this is master key, this door here. Wow, that certainly cleared a lot of things up. I was just straight up making a blatant mistake. Mirror master key here for sure. So that's a master key allocated right there. And if I have to zero pink, that means that I don't worry about zeroing cyan. I worry about zeroing pink instead. So I have to allocate 2 more pink keys somewhere. Well, I think there's only 2 spots that can go. I have to spend 2 more pink, which means I take this path. And I take this path. That's the only way to spend 3 pink during this first section. Look at everything fall into place. Isn't it beautiful? Of course, it's going to be completely wrong. That'd be pretty embarrassing. 2 are allocated there. And then we have 1 black that's allocated to this section, leaving 1 more remaining. And we actually have 0 black because the last 2 go here. And that means one of these master keys is going to black. Okay, yep. 1 key goes here. And that's all of our pink keys allocated to their respective locations. And that's... Yep, 1 key. That's 1 master key going to black. So I don't have 2 black. I don't have 3 black keys. That's also 1 master key going to this pink. I guess I should put 1 here, because technically I didn't spend 1 master key here. I don't even label those. Let's make it yellow. Yellow for I spent a master key. Well, I guess I could just put a yellow X on it. X marks the spot for this door. Doesn't really matter which black door I pick, but I'll just pick that one, because why not? Okay, there's not much left now, honestly. That just leaves cyan. I just have to spend 1 more cyan key somewhere, and all the blue and the white need to be spent. Let's see, is there any other of these force paths, anything else that I didn't account for? Not really, unfortunately. Wow, I really don't know much about white and blue. That's not good. I guess I know which doors I can't take, but, I mean, I really excluded that many? I guess quite a few of the white doors are out now. 1... No white doors in this section, so that's 1 white door. And I only have 1 at this point, so I've got to get 4 more still. 2, 3... 4, can't take that. 5, can't take this. And yep, there's our 5 doors. Yeah, I figured as much. There's our 5 doors, because we optimized, and we ended up with exactly enough. I guess I could master key, though, so... No, right, because I already determined that I need... The problem is I need to have enough white doors, and master keys aren't going to fix that. That's 1, 1... 2 here, and the last white door is where? Here. Let's see if this path works, because I don't think there's very many paths remaining now. There's this path, this path, this path, and I literally just have 2 paths left if I'm doing it this way. Let's see, where does that leave me with blue? With 1 blue, 1 master key is going to a master. Now we have 2 blue here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I guess I'm ignoring these blue paths then, probably. Well, I guess it's not necessarily a guarantee. So I have to spend 1 more key. Well, I could take either of these, technically, to do this. But I don't have black keys anymore, so... Uh-oh. I don't have black keys left. So, something tells me I don't want to spend 3 master keys getting through here. Yeah, all that's left is... Oh, and cyan is still left as well. I forgot about that. Yep, I guess we're... Well, this already took care of cyan, so we're done. We don't take this door, we take this one. That one's already determined. That path is excluded, that path is excluded, and this path is excluded. It's just 2 paths more, right? Only a 1 in 4 chance of figuring out which one it is. At this point, I think I just need to optimize my master key use. White is completely spent. Green is all spent, blue is all spent except for 1, I think. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Just 1 blue key left, and that's it. And 4 master keys, it looks like. Does that seem right? Maybe I should have more than that. Maybe I already allocated 1 to here. I think it just tells me I just take this top path. I'm gonna tentatively put that. Because at least that allows me to spend my blue key. Something doesn't seem right about this. Now let's see how close it is. This. That. Okay. How are we looking? Oh, I have 2 blue keys left. Okay, I thought I missed something. And we just take... Yeah, what the heck? Why does the last path not matter? Like, I can go this way, or I can just go here. The last path doesn't even matter. What the heck? Okay, there's 2 solutions, apparently. That's funny. That's not what I expect. Yeah, the last path didn't even matter as far as the solution goes. Yeah, that's funny. I mean, could I skip the top path instead? Let's try this. No, you can't skip the... You have to use the top path. Because you have to spend a second blue. Yeah, the last path just doesn't even matter. That's pretty funny. I got trolled. Well, there we go. That was Omega 18. What? Underclued, yeah. Slightly underclued puzzle. That's funny. What a troll. You can't have any other color left over. Yeah, exactly. Funny, yeah. Wow, that was cool. Wow. That was actually a really neat logic puzzle. It was kind of dumb that I didn't realize that my own system was like screwed up, but whatever. We all make mistakes, right? I'm not going to do this puzzle yet, but I just want to look at it. What's the problem with the problem? The problem is it's got gates. Okay, so this is not an Omega puzzle. I guess it's a something else. Yeah, I guess those last 2 were the last Omega puzzles. This one clearly isn't an Omega puzzle, so what the heck is the deal with this, I wonder? I guess it's just some kind of algorithm, whatever thing, right? Yeah, it's like some kind of algorithm puzzle. Weird to see it placed where it is. And this is the one that B found to be hard. Yeah, it certainly looks like something. But what that something is, I don't think I'm going to know yet. But it's another one of these get exactly this number of keys thing. That can't be that hard. Okay, so we have the problem, which is probably going to be a bit of a problem. We have this thing, which I haven't even really attempted because I need a good way to think about what this is. This time the level name isn't even a hint. Yeah, it's not even going to tell you what kind of problem it is. It's not going to say like append or something like that. It literally tells you what it does. You have this puzzle, which I'm going to need to give a bit more thought to. I don't know why my logic there is not working. It hints at it being a problem for you. Yeah, I guess it is true. As not that that's particularly helpful, but technically it does. And this. What is this one called? A re-zero, right. It's like a zeroing puzzle, but master keys make everything screwy. Okay, I've got at least 4 more stumpers to get before I'm able to... Well, I could take this on now, I guess, but 4 more stumpers before I take on Kina's masterpiece, huh? Maybe it's time to peek at it? Alright, I'll give it a cursory look. I'm not gonna actually check the whole thing. Ooh, pretty. It's got... Oh, look at that. It's got a heart. Oh, what the heck? That's an actual door. You don't think they ever hit the solution? They definitely do, though, B. Like, the one that says append as an append operation. Cool. Okay, it's not that big of a puzzle. It's got colors. It's got glitch keys. It's got gates. Oh, look at all this. This looks fun. Look at this. This section just looks like pure chaos. What the heck is this? We got... Okay, we got a salvage... we got a salvage area on the left. I think that reads the salvage is up here. Nice. Oh, okay, you're talking about the top levels, I see. Well, yeah, most of these aren't algorithms, though. Downward spiral. Yeah, just a really hint. Signature puzzle? Oh, it's like the phone signature. Yeah, that doesn't really count as a hint, because you're never going to get that just from the title. There's something up with the goal. You really want me to check the goal? Okay, you want me to see something about the goal? Let's take a look. It's not a check mark. It's an Omega thingy. What is that thing anyways? It's an Omega check. The actual end of the game, huh? It's not even a check mark. It's a little Omega thingy. The true ending. Yeah, like this one's not technically a hint. This one basically doesn't tell you much at all. Division, I mean, maybe you could say this is a hint, but it's not like it's really telling you much. And this was just the problem. Yeah, that's real helpful, huh? The problem. That could be anything. Nice. So that's what Kia's masterpiece looks like. Yay! Final puzzle number 4. I mean, it looks kind of cool. I like the look of it. I like the different like colored areas, and of course there's salvages, as you might expect. There's salvages, and there's ports where you can retrieve salvages that are painted. Final puzzle number final. Yep, of course. Okay, what did I solve today? Literally like 3 puzzles in the entire stream. I solved this, no 4. Yeah, it's just a much harder to see them. Yeah, maybe. It seems similar to Chromatic Monolith. I mean, maybe it does. I haven't really looked too much yet, but it does seem to have like different themed areas. Spoiler, it's hard. It has like different themed areas, so I can't imagine it's gonna be too hard to keep track of. Yep, I solved 4 puzzles in 3 hours. So yeah, this game is not kidding around anymore. But at least I've looked at every puzzle now, right? So now I can kind of think about these, and maybe I'll come up with an idea for before next time. Kilometers, centimeter. What? Man, people are really hyping this one up. Yeah, it's really the labyrinth. That doesn't really, TL doesn't really ring out as well as UDL does. Yep, 4 quote final puzzles, huh? What is Garden of Dreams? What is that one? It says God. I'm guessing it's Garden of Dreams or something? Is that like the epilogue area? I guess the epilogue area counts as like a quote final mega puzzle, right? Labyrinth. I guess it's probably just gonna get the name TL. Yes. It's actually possible. Labyrinth, yeah. But I don't know, we'll see. What was Chapter X called? I think that was called Garden of Dreams, Shrugs. Yeah. So that's not really a mega puzzle, that's just the name of the world. What is the epilogue room called? I actually don't know. Let's see. It's just called the epilogue? I'm sure it has an actual name. Bridge to New Memories. Ah, that's what it's called. Okay. Bridge to New Memories, I guess, is the So what is that? B-O-N-M? B-O-N-M. Bridge to New or maybe B2NM. Or BNM or something. So you could say this is a mega puzzle, right? But not like graduation, T4. Yeah, T4 is like a mega room, but it's not really a mega puzzle. Because, like, it's not just one puzzle, it's more like a, well, I mean, I guess it is kind of a mega puzzle. Yeah, T4 I guess it's debatable where you'd say it's a mega puzzle. It kind of is, but at the same time, the difficulty, I don't think it's hard enough to really fit in with the rest. But yeah, most people just say epilogue, yeah, EP, because that's what it's called on this. What the heck is this? KD? Oh, right, this is the diary. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's just the name of the teleport, so people just call it EP. I guess this counts as one of the mega puzzles, though. Because it's like, you have to scroll left and right, so it's like a excessively big single puzzle. Even though as far as the mega puzzles go, this one's probably the easiest, right? Is UDL on the warp thing? No, it isn't. It's here, and then you have to go up. So no, it's just called somewhere on the teleporter. Yeah, I say epilogue is probably the easiest of the quote mega puzzles. Hard to optimize. Yep, no kidding. Though, of course, good thing you did it algorithmically, huh? I haven't talked to you in a while. How are you doing? You have anything interesting to say? Well, what's something else? Sounds like you had a good time. It's quite something to experience a return to farm after all this meta stuff. I was expecting to feel nostalgic for the first world, but you managed it. But will you feel nostalgic for feeling nostalgic for World 1 is the real question. Maybe, I don't know. Can't believe there's still more mechanics you kept hidden either. I saved the best for close to last. Close to last, knowing you, there's probably a World 13 somewhere down the line. Hard to say whether yes or no fits more there. I guess I'll find out for myself then. Yet another behemoth. Well, now, I had almost forgotten what it felt like to be staring down such a titanic puzzle. A pleasant trip down memory lane. I'll see if I can give it a fair shake at least. though I am curious. How'd you go about designing these things anyways? They're already hard enough to solve. I got no clue how you create them. Well, to put it briefly, I basically came up with the smallest but most important stuff first. Things like essential tricks to the solution, or assigning special roles to each key color. Sometimes I come up with a neat structural idea too, like the pure key situation in Chromatic Monolith. And then after coming up with all the smaller pieces, I try to weave them together. Add some more details along the way too. As a fun fact, the actual key and door counts were typically one of the last things I filled in for these puzzles. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, if you're like, I just need to zero something, well, you could just change, like, tweak the numbers around a little bit to make it fit, huh? The emphasis was typically always more on the logic, or what the keys and doors were functionally meant to accomplish. It's certainly a lot of work, and I filled out more than just a few pages of notes in the process. So that's what this is like in a nutshell. Oh, great work. Thanks, as always. I guess Kina supposedly in lore made this puzzle, huh? And good luck if you actually try that puzzle. As far as I know, it could genuinely take you weeks. Well, no. Guess I better start where I can then. No, it didn't. I checked, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Carl checked too as well. Yeah, it didn't. Still Chromatic Monolith. Kita in lore made every puzzle. Well, it's weird because, well, I guess the narrator's different, right? Because, like, some of the puzzles refer to Kita in the third person, but I guess that just means the narrator is a different character than Kita, right? So I guess Kita made the puzzles. But, I guess that makes sense, right? Because Kina's diary talks about making the puzzles, so she's the puzzle creator. Or is it, who's the narrator? We don't know. We don't know who the narrator of the game is. It's just some unknown character that narrates the puzzles. That does the, suggestions. Yeah, S. Yeah, S doesn't really work. I mean, I still call it, like, UDL anyways. I'm more used to that. Starview just kind of imply who the narrator is? Oh, right. It's, I guess, Lily, right? Yeah, because Lily made the game, technically, according to the lore. So if Lily made the game, then I guess Lily's the narrator? Ah, I never really thought about that. It's kind of funny. She's narrating her own game because, well, she's the main character and, like, in the story, she's the creator of the game as well. So yeah, I guess it's true. I guess Lily's the narrator. That does make sense. So yeah, none of the subtitles of the levels refer to Lily in the third person. The EP is considered a mega puzzle is debatable. Yeah, it leads to an ending. It's pretty big. You have to scroll the screen, so I'd say it counts. Yeah, if Kina's the narrator, they're not at punctuation. Good point. Yeah, like the narrator doesn't talk like Kina does. That's interesting. So if the subtitles are made by Lily, I guess that's what her kind of a conversation style is, huh? Huh. Interesting. I like it. So Lily is the narrator. Yep, I think that makes sense. I kind of forgot about that. That technically in lore, Lily made the game based on her experience in the real world of Doors. There's a mega puzzles to scroll, but I guess there's a different. Yeah. Those are they scroll slightly, but it's not like they're still that involved, huh? Plus, as I said, they don't lead to an ending, so they don't really count as a mega puzzle if it doesn't even lead to an actual like end of the line of something. It's not like, whereas like Chromatic Monolith technically doesn't have an ending, but it isn't part of any world either, right? It's not like world 12 world blank this, so it's like its own kind of separate thing to the rest of the progression of the game. So yeah, I think that makes sense to call those the 4 mega puzzles of the game. And also that would make World of 4 not count, right? Because World of 4 is like just part of the progression of the game, whereas these extra ones are like actual bonus challenges. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed about that. I wish Chromatic Monolith had an actual ending. Yeah, like, yeah, is it a climax of something, right? Is it like a climactic event of something you've been building up to? Like, obviously the epilogue is the climax of part 2. Chromatic Monolith is the climax of the backside. And Labyrinth is the climax of the first 6 worlds. And of course, Chromatic Monolith is the climax of, well, everything, pretty much. Of all the Omega worlds and pretty much everything we've done. It's moved to it's moved to Starview. Well, what's moved to Starview? What, the ending? I guess, well, the ending's different, though, because Chromatic Monolith's ending wasn't the same as Starview's ending. But yeah, I guess it's like, they didn't really have anything they could put as an ending, I guess. When you beat Chromatic Monolith. Still, I was kind of bummed. I'm like, what? There's not even like a congratulations thing or something like that. What if you got like a certificate, right? Like, it's a graduation. What if you got to see like Lily's certificate of graduation of the Lockpick Academy or something? I don't know. I think that would have been a funny ending. She got like some kind of trophy or certificate or something for beating CM, and then she could talk to Kina about it. Hey, thanks for coming by, Lumery and GVG. Surprised I'm still alive. I won't be much longer. I was kind of stuck on a puzzle, but I figured it out. Yeah, it is really satisfying to solve the puzzle too. I feel like it's nice, especially for something that takes several hours, to at least acknowledge the player's completion in some way, besides just like, you did it, yay! Final chapter is the climax of chapters. Yeah, kind of, but... Yeah, maybe you could say that, huh? But it also is part of the progression of the game, so it's not like you can... It's not like it's some optional challenge. It actually locks stuff, so it's kind of really a main world, not a challenge world, or like a challenge puzzle. It's just part of the main progression. Anyways, I'm gonna be ending. So... now I can't rate you, Lumery, because you finished. I don't know who else I'd even rate at this point. I have a Route 13 thing still up. Let's check my Twitch. Is anyone playing a game that I recognize in my following list? Not really. Nope, no, they're not. Bad time to rate? Yeah, I'm already at the end of stream, sadly. 15 viewers came over, really? Bad timing. Yeah, I mean, I usually end at this point, but hey, I appreciate anyone who happened to come by, even though I'm ending stream. I appreciate you guys coming by. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys have fun with Lumery's stream. This game is wild. It is crazy. It is insane. And it has math. But if you like puzzles, or if you like platformers, feel free to come by or to recommend some games for me to play. Now everyone's talking about, like, is T4 a mega puzzle or not? I like how that's what we're talking about now. Anyways, what are you guys up to, Lumery and GBG? In fact, you know what? I'm going to stare at this puzzle while I talk to the people that showed up. Yeah, Lumery and GVG, what are you guys up to? I'm guessing playing Jump King? Could always stare at this puzzle again while I do that, because I didn't really give this one a proper attempt. Made worse by the Watson. Great. Exactly what I want. Yeah, what were you guys up to? I've been up to, well, you could probably guess. Opening doors and having my mind go crazy. Ah, you were playing Blood Moon. Oh, boy. Wasn't Blood Moon the one that was, like, unreasonably difficult, GVG? Yeah, oh, it was very easy? Okay, I must be clearly remembering wrong, then. That's funny. Yeah, wasn't it supposed to be, like, unreasonably difficult to beat? How far did you end up getting? Did you actually make some good progress, or are you still, like, pretty much stuck at the almost the beginning? So this is something weird, right? I have to go around twice. That's already odd. Odd. Well, these are definitely even numbers, not odd. 7... What's the chances that I get to 33? Probably not very high. Oh, that didn't work. 16! Look, I almost got it. Except all my signs are flipped anyways. Ah, I got to Area 3. That's not bad. The map spikes in difficulty lock because the falls are insane. There's so many one-framers. Isn't it possible to access... No, Shrugs, because there's a pure door in front. There's this pure door here, which you can't get the pure Omega key unless you get every other Mega key, so no. I thought about that as well, but Karo reminded me. So no, yeah, you have the pure, you have to get the pure key, you have to get every Omega key anyways. Got the Area 2 in 8 minutes, Area 3 in 22 minutes, then play somewhere around so couldn't beat it. Wait, that's it? 22 minutes? That sounds really quick. I guess you're insanely skilled. You can do one-framers and, yeah, exactly. The pure door checkpoints it. Yeah, it's a pretty good checkpoint. We can raid Summit. Yeah, I guess that's true. I'll raid Summit, even though I don't necessarily recognize what Summit is playing, but I guess it could be good to say hi, right? Yeah, GVG's insanely skilled. Yeah, he must be. Like, one-framers? I don't know how... What's the tightest timing I've done in, my Jump King playthrough? Does anyone know? Do you guys know in the main 3 maps what the tightest frame timing is? I'm curious. Like, of required ones, let's put it that way. Took Geekway 24 hours to beat Area 3. And you beat it in like 22 minutes. Ah, Chimney in main game is 2 frames. Really? Okay, so I guess maybe I could do a 1 frame jump. So that's doing cryptics. Ah, yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, it was doing cryptic crosswords. It could be good to say hi to Cement anyways. Cement always likes to talk about nerdy stuff. You got there in 22 minutes, as it takes people several hours. Wow, you are not kidding. You are very skilled at the game. Isn't it kind of weird in this puzzle that I have to get positive orange? How's that supposed to happen? Like I have to get cyan to negative, right? And then I have to get like I have to get cyan to negative. And I have to get like this to positive. Yeah, cyan has to get to negative to get that to positive, and then I have to get cyan back to negative. Obviously, that's not going to work anyways. Can't I, like, kind of shuffle things around? I can just kind of swap these signs around all I want. Yeah, what? I can just kind of just cycle around and just screw around. Like, I can get this back up, I can get this back down. I feel like this, I can just kind of keep going around and just kind of get lucky. Look, I got orange to 7 already. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna quite happen this way. That's 17. Yeah, no, that's not right. Hey, you never know. Maybe this will actually work as a strat. 9, 12, 15. This actually kind of works. Surely I can get to 33. Oh, I was off by 2. That almost kind of works as a strategy. I was just guessing. 1 framers are way harder, plus falls are insane, so you can't practice them. Yeah, that's the annoying part, right? If the falls are insane, then you're not going to be able to get better as quickly. Still, pretty amazing. You got there in 22 minutes. You could definitely do one, but consistently is so insane. Yeah, not consistently. I can't even do the 2-framer consistently. And thankfully, the Bargainberg jump, like with the chimney, is pretty forgiving. So, like if you miss, if you undershoot, you can just try again. So maybe that's why it doesn't feel that difficult. That's funny. I actually almost got there. Okay, let's try this. No, that's not gonna work. That's kind of weird. I could just kind of cycle around. I could just eventually get lucky, but I mean, where's the fun in that, right? Getting lucky? Nah, we don't need to rely on luck here. I don't want to do that. How do I get down? Uh-oh. Luck solve. No, I don't think that's gonna work. The numbers are just getting bigger and bigger anyways. Alright, well, that's enough of that. I mean, I'll go say hi to Cement then. Even though I probably won't stick around for crosswords, but I have been kind of curious as to how cryptic crosswords work, so maybe I'll be somewhat enlightened by watching. Anyways, yeah, congrats GVG, I'm doing so well. Everyone follow GVG if you want to see some insanely skilled Jump King, apparently. See, it's pretty awesome. I assume you're a he, right? You go by he, him? Are those your pronouns, GVG? I'm going to put some of these into the solver. Not the ones I haven't done yet. You've already been enlightened, yeah. I'm not quite sure how cryptics work, but maybe you should get into solving them? Yeah, I wonder. That'd be fun to watch you solve some, Shrugs. Because I'm curious as to how it really goes. Like, I don't get it just by watching, but maybe I would if I saw a bit more people do it. Anyways, yeah. Thanks for coming by, everybody. Anyone who happened to come in and raid. I will be doing more puzzles and more platforming and more stuff to make my brain go crazy. So I appreciate you guys' company as I do that. Thanks, Shrugs, GVG, Lumery B, of course. And who else is here? Pi, you're always here on and Carl and my Lockpick streams. I appreciate you guys' input, telling me about puzzles, and just generally being fun to hang out with. Bye!